What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday, typically around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do apologize about the delay tonight, folks. I know we've had delays the past couple of weeks. Some of it was due to technical difficulties. Tonight was due to, you know what, I'm going to pass this excuse off. I'm going to use this one. Tonight, it used to be Bruce and Stephanie Comics. Yeah, Bruce and Stephanie Comics, they used to distract me and keep me going on their live stream because, just having a fun live stream. You know how it is to interact on a fun live stream? Well, maybe not if you're in this live stream, but you've been on some of those before, right? Well, it'd be so fun in the chats, you sitting there, Bruce and Stephanie would be going at it, drinking and having a good time, and then you'd just forget the time. And so, you'd be moseying around, dragging your feet, making a thumbnail, and all those kinds of things. Well, and then, it's been a while. They stopped doing their live streaming shows. Now they just do Bruce just does a bunch of speculation videos, which I'm not really into spec. Like, I could give a fuck less, but I go watch his videos anyway. You know why? Because I like Bruce and Stephanie Comics, but I mean, fuck the speculation. Like, do some other videos, man. Hey, I'm not just here to talk about other YouTubers, though. But actually, I am, because I did say that I'm passing the blame off on Dustin over at Two Brothers Comics. Honestly, I guess it was really Nick, Dustin, and Justin. Well, Justin was only there for a few minutes, but it was Nick and Dustin. They were honestly, it was mostly Nick. He was the one that was there talking most of the time and having the conversation and everything. But yeah, so I was over there, then Dustin came on, and then, by the time you get, one of these days, I'm probably going to invite these guys onto the show, have a stream or do something with you guys. You know what? I honestly don't even want to go and visit the East Coast because I know I'm going to have to go visit these motherfuckers, and we're probably going to get into some shit. Right? Something like some bad, we'll probably end up getting arrested. We're going to go out and have such a good fucking time that people are going to have a problem with that shit. But anyway, regardless of all that, that's why I was late, because I was over there on their stream. They were having fun. I got busted by Mike Porter. I got caught with my pants down by Mike Porter. He was there in the chat too. I was like, oh shit, this dude just caught me. But anyway, so that's why I'm a little bit late here tonight. But we've got some great things that we're going to talk about tonight. In case you don't know, if this is your first time here, what I typically do is I start off the show by talking about some of the comics that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and interact with you all in the live chats as we talk about just the things that have, maybe the topics that are on my mind. And it might be a short show tonight. It might be a long show. I don't really know. I feel like I've got a lot of things to say. Right now. And I may have to go uninterrupted, so I apologize if I am ignoring the chat. I know last week we did that too. We had a guest on, a very great guest. We had LB from the Lonely Banter here, and we had a pretty good conversation, I would say, just about things. And you know what? When you're trying to do something like that, and in order for me to make it entertaining for you, the viewer, I kind of really gotta pay attention to the guest and listen to what they're saying and be attentive to that. So it really does make it hard to do that while also paying attention to the chat and what everybody is saying. But don't ever think that I don't appreciate you being here and appreciate you sharing your opinions down in the comments. You're free to share any opinion you want. That's not to say that somebody might not argue and bicker with you, but the only thing I ask is please keep your debates civil. Right? And I think our crowd is pretty good about that. Even considering the crowd that I got. It's really a mixed batch. And you know what? I fucking love that. Thank you. But it is, if you know other people out there who can host a show with a guest and pay attention to the live chat at the same time, fucking kudos to them, because that's some hard shit to do. Unless you're just doing it, just reading super chats and things like that, not really trying to acknowledge all the people in the chats and everything. I'm telling you, it's hard to do. So if you know anybody that does that, for one, leave their name down in the comments section. Maybe in the comment section of this video after it uploads and shit. When it's finalized, so I get a comment or after this, after the stream is done, so I can remember, because I may not read it here. Because if somebody can do that, they're pretty good. Because it's hard to do. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here tonight. We are going to start off talking about some comics, but before I do that, if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Make sure you go, after you click that little bell, you go, there's a little drop down screen, and you click the all button so you get all those notifications anytime I've uploaded a new video, anytime I have started a live stream, anytime I've scheduled a live stream, anytime that I schedule to premiere a video, you'll get all those notifications. Unless I spam YouTube with videos throughout the day and upload like 6 at a time, or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, 10 or in a day. Hey, it's not how it works, bro. Like, anyway. But also, make sure you share the stream out with your friends. Tell them to come hang out with us and subscribe as well, because we are doing a giveaway as soon as we hit 2,000 subscribers for these right here. This is Radio Apocalypse issue number 1. This is the Horizon Comics and Collectibles shop exclusive, their first shop exclusive. The owners over there actually donated these to us to give away to one of our lucky subscribers. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel. You have to like this video. Yeah, you have to. I'll know if you like it or not. And you got to go. But basically, you go to any of my comic book reviews since Radio Apocalypse has come out. Any of my comic book reviews there, leave a comment down in the comments section and to get entered into that giveaway. And you know what? I actually even did something so nice to make it easy for you. And that was I made a playlist on the channel. You can go to the little playlist. You can click the little playlist button, and then you go to 2K subscriber giveaway playlist. I tried to make it easy for you, folks. The more times you enter, the more chance you get to win, right? That's what they say. That's what they say. But also, if you do like what you're seeing here and what I'm saying here, and chances are you probably won't, not for very long anyway, and you want to consider supporting the channel with your hard-earned dollars, which probably won't last very long either. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It will. The Myrtle Maniacs know exactly how to get down. But I also do some giveaways for our channel members. I am giving away this copy of Lady Death's Sacrificial Annihilation. This is chapter 14 of the Coffin Comics Lady Death universe. They actually just successfully crowdfunded La Muerta Primeval. This is chapter 8, if I'm not mistaken, of the La Muerta Coffin Comics universe here, and it just closed earlier here before the stream tonight. They had a close-up party, a wrap-up party. It was great. We'll soon be giving away a copy of that as well, and we'll be giving this away also, Lady Death. And in case you weren't here a few weeks ago, your boy Myrtle actually came out and he unboxed something else we're going to be giving away. I'm not sure what he did with it, but yeah, we've got oh, you know what, here it is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, all right, there. That's the box. Right here. He actually unboxed this thing, and we're gonna be giving this thing away soon. We're gonna be giving this away soon as well. Oh, where's it at? Come on, man. Work with me here. Work with me. Oh man, I honestly don't even know if I want to give this one away after I seen it. That right there, that's the Common America Omnibus Volume 1. This is the reprint, and look at that. Isn't that just that's just a beautiful damn cover. Come on, come on, come on. That's a beautiful cover right there. We'll be giving this away to one of our lucky channel members as well. So, oh, there we go. All right. So, yeah, that'll be coming up. So that's, you know, all, you know. And basically what this is like the Lady Death book, the Coffin, the Common America book here I just showed you as well from the great folks at Iconic Comics. These are books that I used and backed with the money from the channel memberships. I went out there and backed and supported these projects. And we're going to be giving these away to one of our lucky channel members. We've actually got a couple other things coming in as well that we're going to give away to some of our lucky channel members. So consider it. You know, I mean, you might win. I don't know, man. I don't know. It always seems like when you do giveaways, like you don't, like you're always like, oh, am I going to win? And like you don't win. You're like, ah, shit. But it's the excitement that you could, that you might, right? Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for all that. Let's get into some comic books. Some of the comic books that I read this week. One of the things I've been flapping my gums about here is Miss Meow. The folks over at Merc Magazine started crowdfunding their books about 18 months ago when they did their first campaign. It was actually December when they started. It was January when it finished for Ms. Meow issue number 1. I'll show you this cover right here. Now, what the difference is here is this right here, what I'm showing you is this is the local comic book shop version right here. Like, you can go to your local comic book shop and pick this up. The book that I have is a different cover. When I backed that Kickstarter last year, the one I got was this right here. And I believe you can still get this through their website. This right here is what they called the retail edition on the Kickstarter. But this one right here is the one that you can actually find at the local shops. And they do have different covers. This one's a Jamie Tyndall cover. Like, Jamie Tyndall is just like, he's just a fucking great artist, okay? And then this one right here is a Tristan TriStar Thompson cover right here as well. Does a lot of covers for the folks over at Merc Magazine, as well as other creators out there that have been crowdfunding books, some really great books. And the thing is, they finally did this. I wasn't aware they were doing this until kind of like, I want to say like the end of last week, that they actually made this push. Merc Magazine did. I did a video on it going into local comic book shops. I actually did a video talking about their crowdfunding thing because I didn't really know much about them going to the shops, and it turned out it was this week. At my local comic book shop, Bases Cards and Comics, they actually ordered some of these in because they got the the promotion for it, and they actually put a copy of this in my pool box. They actually had the other cover as well, which is the A cover, the Jamie Tyndall. It's a nice one, Jamie Tyndall cover, but it was damaged, so they're gonna send it back. I'll probably get a replacement here in a couple weeks. And so I didn't know these were going into shops. So at my local, at Bases Cards and Comics, they only got a few of them in. They put it like, he was like, James, he's like, hey, I figured you'd like this one. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I told him, I was like, I've crowdfunded these books. I've crowdfunded all these guys' books, but I still appreciate it and I like it because these covers are different than the ones that they had. One of the books that they have is they had this 1 in 50 ratio variant. They actually had a 1 in 100 too. I honestly really want the 1 in 100 one. I do. But it's like I seen online, it's like $250. They've also got the 1 in 50 that is basically the same one that's got the trade dress on it, and I think I seen it for like 140, like 150. I'm like, damn. Oh no. I think I seen one for like 75. I think it was 75. Like $75. I'm like, oh, ooh. Like, that would seriously be the most never mind. Anyway, but it's a Carla Cohen variant. It's absolutely fire. And I don't think I have it here to show you. But I will say that one of the things they actually did here in this retail variant, if you go and buy these, and this is why you should go back their Kickstarters, they actually just finished a campaign this evening as well. They just finished Born of Blood issue number 2, just got funded today. And we could probably go in there and look at those, look at some of those and see what ones those are. What the numbers were like on those if you guys really wanted to. But I backed it for Born of Blood issue number 2. In case you guys weren't here the other week, I actually did get those other copies. Born of Blood, we unboxed the other week in a video. Great stuff. But I will say, one of the things, I'm not sure if they're doing this with all of these books, but one of the things they changed actually in this book from the Kickstarter version is this right here. They've actually Murphy. This was actually written by Murphy with Aaron Sparrow, who came in to do some editing, and they kind of changed some of the script and dialogue up. It's illustrated by Victor Serra and Fernando Malik, which were different artists than were on the original book as well. So the art is different in this book than the one that I have that I backed on Kickstarter. Sorry, guys. Now, I will say one of the things they did is they did change some of the wording, some of the scripting, like just some of the things that maybe flows a little bit better, sounds a little bit better, and that would be with Aaron Sparrow coming in to help doing some of the writing duties and things like that, kind of brushing it up a little bit from what they had, because as far as I know, he's probably definitely a more experienced writer than Murphy is. But I honestly think even the original Kickstarter version was just fine. But you can see just in here where they changed up some of the script and just some of the things there, as well as the art. Like I said, the art is a lot different than in here than what we got in the Kickstarter version as well. And I'll be honest with you, like, they're both great. They're both great, because I sat down and I'm going to do a video where I go through and I compare each one side to side as well. But it's like here's the art in this one right here. We're like, this page right here in the other book is a Jamie Tyndall like spread, 2-page spread that I think it was a 2-page splash page that he did on there as well. But I think the art is it's just as good. I mean, it just looks like they changed, just kind of edited it and changed it up for the books that are hitting their local shops, which I would think is a good thing that they're able to do that and go through there, like make some changes and everything, getting that push into the local comic book shops, and I don't know, maybe adding a little bit more quality to what they're doing here, with the addition of Aaron Sparrow. And I believe they actually got I think Joe Corallo is actually working with them as well now. But definitely this issue #1 of Miss Meow, go check them out, go get these books, go to your local comic book shop and tell them to order them in for you, because they can. And here's the thing, is like, I even went to my other local comic book shop, which is another great comic book shop where I live at. We're blessed with 2 great shops. I've heard all the horror stories that some of these guys out there have. And over even at Horizon Comics and Collectibles, they even got some of the Ms. Meow books in as well. And she over there, Raquel, she was telling me, she's like, oh yeah, we ordered some, like, because I went to see if they had any, because I was looking for that 1 in 50. And she's like, oh no, like I didn't order that many, but it's like, if there's no more out there, we don't have any. And I was like, oh, she's like the other guy, the guy before you just bought one. And I was like, oh, so that must have been, I'm like, okay. And she goes, she said she didn't really know much about it, and she's kind of she's like, like everybody that came in this morning, like, it seems like everybody came in, and this was like around noon on Wednesday morning. Well, Wednesday afternoon, I guess. Wednesday afternoon. And she had already, she's like, probably had about 15 copies or so. And I'm like, huh? Well, because they didn't know what it was or anything about it. And, I was like, well, if I would have known, I would have told you guys. I would have told you, like, if I would have known, but I didn't know they were, hey. And I've actually even spoken with the folks over at Merc Magazine as well. Some great people. And, we're going to do everything we can to help them out. Because you know what? These guys have been doing, these guys over the last 18 months have been doing some great work. Okay, now for a little while, as I've kind of gone on here, I've had, I do that show like I did just the other day, Show Me the Value, where I'm trying to show you the value of something, where before, like, it's like I always kind of go through this thing in my head about the value, because when I think about one of these books and you go to their Kickstarter and it's like $10 for the retail edition, just the regular book they had, and then you still got to pay shipping on top of that. It's $18. I think it was about $8. I like this, but the shipping is something like, they got to ship it anyway. You know what I mean? So like, I get that. I understand that, but the thing is, I'm like, where's the value? Where's the value in these books in that sense? And what I was looking, and that's what I was kind of really looking at, is that once you get out of the retail editions that they have, the regular ones there that are the $10 books, you get into, and not that the regular retail versions that they have on the Kickstarters aren't nice. They're very nice, the covers and everything. But you get outside of that, they have the variant covers that start at like $15, $20, $25, $30, and on up. And they've got top quality artists doing the art on these books. And when you compare that what you're paying for those books to going into your local comic book shop and buying a shop exclusive, or even buying one of those 1 in 50, 1 in 100, one per shop variants. We're talking the value is there, even on those crowdfunded books. And over this last 18 months, they've been doing a great job pushing those books, and people have been buying them. You know why? Because if you go there and you check out their campaigns and you check out what they're doing, you can see that the people doing this are fucking excited about comic books, excited about making these comic books, and excited about getting them into your hands. And that's something you don't see everywhere out of all of these creators. Certainly, out of even publishers. I will say there's all the campaigns. I will tell you, if you're ever going to get into crowdfunding comic books, don't ever back a campaign by anybody that is a mainstream publisher out there that has distribution through Diamond, whether it's Boom Studios, Dynamite Entertainment, seriously, like, if you see one by Image Comics, if you see one by fucking Marvel, honestly, at this point, even the publishers I fucking love, I will tell you, don't back their shit, because they're probably going to treat it like they're just fucking funding it and distributing it through fucking Diamond. Don't do it. Go after small creators. Go after small creators. And up-and-coming creators. And even some experienced ones out there that have been, they're kind of know what they're doing. The small ones, you can get a feel for them and see if they're going to be reliable to get their books out and delivered to you. The bigger ones have been doing it for a while, and people know they've built a reputation of servicing their customers and doing a good job of that. And that's why I'm going to be flapping my gums more about these guys, because these guys have done it. The folks at Merc Magazine have like, seriously, over the last 18 months, have stepped up in the game in 18 months to the quality of fulfillment and customer service that the great folks over at Coffin Comics have. Have you ever went and seen Brian Polito and all the folks over at Coffin Comics? Get on their YouTube channel. Go subscribe to them. These are people excited about making fucking comic books for people who want comic books, for people who love comic books, and getting them into their hands. And I wouldn't say this if I didn't truly feel this way about these people. I wouldn't sit here and talk shit about all these other publishers saying don't back their shit if they do a crowdfunded project if I didn't truly feel that way and know through experience not to do it. And I say that because, you know, several years ago at this point, Boom Studios did a book, Berserker, and it's left a sour taste in my mouth from everything that like how they're handling their fulfillment of this book. Now, I'll tell you, it's not as bad as Dynamite. Fuck them guys. Like, done. I'm done with fucking Dynamite Entertainment. I'm telling you, like, who's the guy over there that owns the place? He will literally have to come here and suck me off to even get me to fucking buy one of his books again. Fuck them. But aside from that, and I'm not saying you can't spend your money on them. You go to your local comic book shop, and by the way, hey, the book's right there. It's got a cover on it. They got some great fucking covers. I'm not saying that. I used to pick up all them color cone variants that they were doing for Invincible Red Sonja, those Elias Chaotsudis variants. Ooh, man, and all of those fucking Joseph Michael Linsner covers. But no. Fucking done. But Boom Studios, they did Berserker. And believe me when I say, everybody had an issue with it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck those people. And I will say at this point, and you know what? And still fuck those people that were saying like, oh, we can't be doing these canon reads. The other thing I will say too is fuck Boom Studios too. Because they've kind of fumbled the ball on their end on this thing as well. This book is way past fulfillment. They've broken their original commitments to the backers, and it's shitty. They treat it just the same as if they were going through Diamond Distribution. Like, oh, like, we got the money, we solicited the book, you get it when you fucking get it. But, hey, like I said, you can go back their shit if you want to. I'm just saying, don't back the big publishers. Go to the local comic book shop and buy their shit there. Because, like I said, now I will say the Boom Studios thing, while it irks me, it just kind of leaves this, like, it's not that bad, but it's still kind of like, it's still in the back of my mind, right? It's still in the back of my mind when I read one of their books. And believe me, I love Something is Killing the Children. I love Once and Future. Alice Ever After has actually been pretty good as well. I like these books, but like, you know, like the thing, it kind of leaves that sour taste in your mouth. Kind of like, you know? Like, for Dynamite, they're like Kevin Spacey. Dynamite's Kevin Spacey, right? Dynamite's Kevin Spacey. Dynamite's Kevin Spacey. You know, like Kevin Spacey, he was a great actor. He was fucking great, man. But have you gone back and tried to watch, Swimming with Sharks or Glengarry Glen Ross or anything like that? You're like, dude, this is a great fucking movie. And you're like, damn, man. Like, shit. Fucking Kevin Spacey, man. Right? You know what I mean? It's like that. But anyway, I guess it could be worse. I guess it could tread into other territory where you get into other things. You get into other comic books where people just have like this thing that like, you know, have you ever like what is it they always call lazy writing, or just shit you don't need to do? Is it, you know, I'm not sure, whatever buzzword term you might want to fucking use for it. Is it woke? Is it beating you over the head with it's the politics in my comic books? I read 3 books this week. 3 books this week. You know what? And I read one last week too. 3 books this week that something I see way too much of in a lot of comic books out there. And that is lazily written, shitty allegories, political allegories, and even kind of representation things in books. Pointless shit that don't have anything to do with the book. Now, I will say, one of them, I mean, maybe the story's gonna go somewhere, and what they said is like, but like, you know, like we get taking a look at this book right here, this one called Astronaut Down, where they've got this like this what do they call it? This quantum sludge thing is basically engulfing these cities, and it's killing everybody. They got these barriers to keep it out, and naturally, you know, the science is keeping them alive, but then there's somebody out there saying, oh no, don't believe the science, you're supposed to go with God will take care of us. And like, okay, bro, like, you got like a shitty book about global warming and the pandemic. Like, you can't tell me that this book right here isn't fucking focused on the pandemic and the vaccine. This one right here. Got these. We got this satellite that's crashing to Earth. It's supposed to send out this communication. It crash lands in Point Nemo, which is like the farthest place from anywhere on the land. And you get it here into the book, and you know they're gonna go after this. They're gonna go after this satellite right here. They're gonna go after this satellite right here in Point Nemo, in the ocean, on the Earth. And this lady goes to recruit this guy, and what's he say to her? So you're another billionaire space tourist? The first African American or the first African in space will not be your taxi driver. It's completely irrelevant to what's going on in the story. You get through the rest of the book, he's getting on a ship. A fucking ship. That he's not even driving. He's not even going into space. You don't even have to fight. Like, well, you mentioned space because of the fucking... maybe they're going to go into space later. Yeah, I get it. It's still irrelevant. It's still irrelevant to the story going on. Plus, it's a shitty allegory for fucking global warming. Fucking get the fuck out of here. It's just a shitty allegory too. Like, look. ETER. This is just a shitty, again, another shitty allegory to the pandemic and fucking vaccines. Let's see. I think the second story in here was like the same shit. Oh yeah. This is the purple. This one was the one with the purple male privilege. Yeah, there was that one. And yeah, and it's just like look. I'm not the guy that's ever gonna fight you. You're gonna find screaming and ranting on YouTube about I don't want politics in my comic books, representation, diversity. Like, not me. You got the wrong fucking channel. But this shit right here, even from writers and people and creators I like, this is lazy shit. Pointless shit you don't need to have in there. It's fucking inconsequential to what's going on in this. Everything else in these books I read, according to that shit, is like, okay, like the eco thing, like they're in fucking like that. Okay, that makes sense. But like doing the whole thing with the religious, the God thing, and like, okay, like we're going with that. Like, I get it. It's sloppy. I read this book last week, New Think. This fucking writer, Greg Hurwitz. He's another one of these people that thinks he's like fucking big brained or something. Like you get these writers out there that they think like they're writing something very insightful, very like, oh my god, did you ever think about this dystopian type future and these crazy things that we think about as sci-fi, and what if we're living in something crazier right now? If you look at it differently. Get the fuck out of here. This shit, like when I read this, like, oh, I'm big brain. Like, it's fucking base level bullshit. My kids think I had a fucking higher fucking level of intelligence than this shit. Even my kids would probably look at it and go, like, what the fuck is this? Of course, if any of my kids say fuck, I'm gonna whip their ass. But that's a different story. But I'm just saying, this shit, like it would make a difference if it meant something to what was going on. But it's like look, the one with, look, where was that one at? Where's that, like, I think the one thing is that, like, for real on this, like, look, okay, this guy, you want the first black astronaut in the world to take, and like, look, I gotta show you. Look. Where's it at? Where are they at? I know they have one of them where, like, all right, on this page right here, you can see most of it. Look, bro, that's a fucking Netflix cast. That's the fucking Netflix cast, right? You know what I'm talking about? The Netflix cast. It's like, dude, that whole fucking cast right there is diverse. It looked like the only white person there was a lady. Like, they're like, and that's the thing. And he said, oh, you don't want the fur. You don't, like, ask, just like, when you, like, and here's the thing. I just read Belit and Valeria the other week too. Here's the thing. It's like, look, It's just the same thing like I was saying the other week about Belit and Valeria is, you know, when you get in there, you know, they got this letter at the beginning about Robert E. Howard. He wrote this thing about strong, independent female characters. And then you go in there, it's like, oh, okay. So basically it's an excuse to get into the comic book and just say that she's an insufferable, man-hating lesbian. That's not what a strong, independent woman is. That's not what that means, but that is what that means nowadays. But that's not what it is. My wife's a strong, and I went over this the other week too. My wife's a strong, independent woman. She ain't a bitch. She ain't a fucking man-hating lesbian. But you're putting shit in the story that's inconsequential to anything going on. And look, the thing that I noticed is all these writers that do this shit, they only do it in the first fucking issue. And then it's like it's insignificant to the rest of the book. It's like they just wanted to come out and beat you over the head with it and be like, okay, I'm done. And then by that point, most people are doing the same thing right back, saying, like, okay, I'm done too then. And that's it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, because even within the confines of each one of the, well, maybe ER is just supposed to be a silly like one shot anyway. But these other two books, aside from that, seem to be pretty good stories. They've actually got pretty decent art in it, right? It's that one thing that just really didn't need to be there. It's like, if you've got even me sitting here saying this, it's got to tell you something. It's got to tell you something. You can go watch all my videos where I tell you, it's not really the case. Like I could sit here, I could pull it. Like, look, I could pull out every single fucking Vault comic book I got right here. Vault Comics. I could pull every single one of these books out, and you're gonna see all the shit in there. You're gonna see diversity, representation. You're gonna see fucking gays, lesbians, fucking like all that. But you're gonna see all that bullshit in these books. But they're also telling stories in a way, and like what they're doing is just telling a story. They're not shoving something in your face. Now I will say they've probably got some out there like that. I think there was like God, what one was that I read? I think it was in Vagrant Queen. It was kind of like, it just wasn't my thing. And maybe that's what it was, but the rest of them, they have all that shit in there because you know what, they get writers that know how to write stories and do good stories, even doing all that diversity and representation and all that fucking bullshit in the books, and it's just fine. I'm telling you, I could seriously go through the 2 short boxes that I have full of their comic books and probably find maybe 3 or 4 that tell you like, yeah, I don't really like this one. That's it. Out of that. Right? And the thing is, like, because most of the stories where they have all these other things going on, there's other things going on. It's not about that. And if it is about that, you know it's about that, and that's what they're telling you. Like, what was that book that, what's his name? David Boer, the writer of Kanto, he did on Dark Horse Comics. I think it was like called Killer Queens. And you get on there and you look at the cover and it's called Killer Queens, and it's got, like kind of a flamboyant looking cast, and it's got like rainbow colors and everything on it and everything. Like, you can't buy that book and seriously be fucking upset about anything and you open like the first fucking page. You got some dude being sucked off by another dude in the bathroom, but you can't seriously look at the cover of that book and be angry about it when you open that book up, because you look at it, it don't look like a kid's book, and it looks pretty, so I wouldn't ever buy that book and expect it not to be that. Some truth in advertising, right? It's the truth in advertising. But even with truth in advertising, that still don't mean that you have to do like what I just showed you in these books is like you don't have to do that. You know, you don't have to give me the little gut punch or the little thing, you know, hit me over the head. You just don't have to do it. You could just tell the rest of the story without leaving that line of dialogue in there. But like I said, it's not me you're turning off. I guarantee there's plenty of people that are going to turn off. Well, just like one of the other ones I actually really loved on Image Comics, Bolero. Bolero. I think I heard one of the guys. I can't remember the guy over on Comics Elite channel. They were reviewing it, and they were talking about issue number 1, and he was sitting there talking about like I think he was like in the 3rd page. Like somebody says, "Oh, like what's your dead name?" And he's like, "Oh, fuck." It's fucking turn. He's like, "Ah, fuck him, whatever," you know. And he didn't even seem like the kind of guy that's like, you know, gets angry, but he's just kind of like, oh, he's kind of an eye roll. It's like, oh, great, you know, like that. And again, I understand what he's saying because like it's one of those things that you put in there. But I will say though, in that book Bolero, it honestly didn't even like it only played into the character, but like that in itself, like what was said there, wasn't inconsequential to the story. The character in there, she was a lesbian. She had a lover that she loved, and they, you know, she was in, you know, loved her to death. But she had the little animal, and she loved it, and she cured it, and yeah, just like Tommy Boy, and like she did that to her love, and it was a love story, and then she went into crazy fucking multiversal fucking bullshit where she was just trying to get back to her girlfriend that she loved. But of course, we all know that when you get into these kind of slice of life books, it's always about the journey, and what needs to change is you. And it was a great fucking book. It was a great fucking book. But that's the difference, if you ask me, between doing something like that makes sense in the story and doing shit where it don't. And like I said, it's just like that's all it takes, you know, for most people. It's that little thing. Like me, for the most part, I don't really give a shit. Like for what was in these books, for the most part, I still liked what was going on there, and I want to read issue 2. But it's just that thing. It also is the lazily written allegories, the, you know, like all the politics and just like the pandemic and shit. Like people, you need to move on. You need to move. Like fucking 2020 is over, bro. It's over. I don't know. There's somebody out there like Aglax is probably watching or some shit. And I can imagine the shit he's saying. And he's like saying like, oh, like you do know these stories were probably written about a year ago and they were doing it. Yeah, I know. I know you're out there. I know you're out there trolling, Aglax. I hope you're proud of yourself. Anyway, let me get into the live chats and see what you're all saying. Thank you guys so much for being here. Share the stream out with your friends. Tell them to come hang out here. We're going to be flapping our gums a little bit longer. I think I heard a super chat come in here. Let me see if we can see what that was. All right. Was it not? Oh, okay, maybe not. Did it not? I don't know, maybe it didn't. Okay, it didn't. It didn't? No, okay. I thought I heard a super chat or something come through. All right. Did I not? All right, maybe not. I thought I heard the Myrtle Maniac. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Let's see, we've got Jedi Mike. You know what? Dang it. Jedi Mike up in the building. We got LB, that lonely banter, my man. Hail the Lord in the building. How are you doing? Long time Rip fan and comment, so here I am. Well, thank you so much for being here, Hail the Lord. Yes, I definitely see you in Rippa's chats, like, every day. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Trent gave us his thoughts on the Thunder. Yeah, has to give us his thoughts on the Thunderbolts. Yeah. Let's see who else we got in the building. Star Wars MCU OG, Daniel Fisher up in the building. Damn. We got some great people up in this piece tonight. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, did you share this stream out with your friends? Tell them to come hang out with us? Yeah, the Rippaverse, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, dude. Biggest MCU crime was Taskmaster, in my opinion. You know what? Honestly, like, hell the lore, the MCU has gotten away with a lot of crimes. Most of them we give them a pass on. Most of them we give them a pass on. Or have given them a pass on. Have given them a pass on. Oh, what was it? Oh, okay. Was that what that was? Like Daniel Fisher? Did I guilt you? Did I guilt you into giving it? Like you're like, oh, this fool thought he got a super chat share. Like, all right, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. You know what? You could have made a little. You could have just won $1. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, Daniel Fisher, with the $5 super chat. Says a little something for Trent and his Ms. Marvel take. Oh man, I pulled the bait and switch on that one. We're gonna get into some of that Ms. Marvel stuff here in just a minute. But yeah, Taskmaster, that was pretty bad, man. Let's see who else we got here. Ryan Unknown in the building. How are you doing? Hope all's going well with you, Ryan Unknown. Man, did you catch the stream? The Mike Mutzel stream earlier? Yeah, he's Mike Mutzel over there. He's one of those dudes I have all notifications on for his channel. Love high intensity health. I bought Meow, haven't read it yet, says Aglax. Oh, nice, Aglax. You need to read it, dude. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. We need more patriotic superheroes. You know what? Like, I have no problem with that. I love Captain America. I love like Captain America's great. I like Captain America. I like Common America. Common America's good. So you know what? So honestly, so is Black Ops and USGI. They're fucking great. Like when I got cause I didn't ever read any of the original like Black Ops, Tim Lim and them guys at Iconic Comics too. I never read those original like Black Ops books. I picked one of them up from my LCS, but I didn't have the the other volumes that they did, and I wasn't sure if they had them. If they did them, because I don't think they did every book through Antarctic Press. But so I didn't read it, but then I got the omnibus and I read Black Ops and USGI and just all that, like all the little characters. I'm like, dude, this is fucking great. You got Black Ops, the little bunny who's all like military and shit. He goes in like he's fucking Chuck Norris and shit. Like, dude, he's fucking badass. But like I have no problem with that. But the other thing is when it comes to when it comes into other things, one of the things I was saying, people were always like, what do you mean? Like nationalism, it's weird. People with the flag worship and all that stuff. Like, look, I'm proud to be an American. I love America and all that shit too. But people take a lot of this shit way too fucking seriously. But hey, teach their own. I'm not going to bash anybody for fucking, liking what they like. It's all good. But maybe more patriotic superheroes wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing at all. It actually, you are right. It would be great. It would be great. Anthony Monzano, thank you so much for being here. Don't tell you were beautiful. You dropped $75 on mom. Shh. Oh man, yeah. Let's see. Am I almost caught up with the chat? No, I'm not even close, am I? The party is here on the west side, so I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Oh, is that I feel like that's a rhyme. Are you going to check out Reaper Destroyer by Joe M. Sontag? I don't think I've heard of that. Meow, yeah. Trent, I've been watching a show for a little bit, so I've been wondering, how did you come up with the name Trailer Park Live? Mostly from you know what's funny is I wasn't even raised in a trailer park. I lived in one for a little while, not very long, but But I figured, it's like I figured it like it goes with a lot of things. It goes with a lot of things, like trailers, like a movie trailer, but also trailers like a trailer park, like the trailer park, where you could talk about trailers. And maybe it's like, but it's also kind of trashy too, right? It's also kind of trashy. Trailer parks. And not all trailer parks are trashy. Like, there's some really nice trailer parks. But what I'm saying is, like, when people think trailer parks, people think what? What do you think? You think white trash, right? We get trashy. We get trashy here. That's pretty much what it boils down to. It was either that or the garage. It was either that or the garage. Because where I grew up back home with my friends and everything, what we did was we chilled at our homie's house, and we were, we kicked it in their garage, and that's, like what we did. We were there and hanging out in their garage. So, yeah, yeah, but that's kind of what it was for the most part. Yeah, and plus I figured it's like better, like, because I didn't want to do like Friday Night Live, because that's just like Saturday Night Live, right? Even though it's kind of, I didn't want it to be that, but like, I want to get there because, like, sometimes I used to actually pre-record the show and play an intro, like all the comic bullshit I would talk about. I used to actually pre-record that before I would start the show, and then I'd play that, and then I would actually go live. And then, like, if you check out some of the, well, maybe not the earliest episodes, but some of the past episodes, man, we came in and we lit some shit on fire. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much why how I came up with that. Yeah. Chillmanga says hello there. That's funny. Chillmanga in the building. That last video you did covering those reviews in detail was really good. Oh yeah, was that when he was with Ashley and who was that? Was K-Dot was on there too? Was that the same one? Yeah, that was good. We'll get into some of that too. Ashley, thank you so much for being here. Speak of the devil. There you go. Well, actually, she probably not even here anymore at this point. She probably like, that was like a half hour ago. It was like a half hour ago. Yeah, damn. Berserker was an odd crowdfund. Keanu is too rich for that. Well, the thing is though, is like when it comes to that, is like it's a business thing. Like you wouldn't even like unless you have a publisher wanting to do that, like, and that's the thing, is Boom Studios could certainly do it too, and that's the thing. But like Keanu Reeves, I mean, he's not a comic writer. He's technically an indie creator. He's never done it or anything like that. Like, it's all good, but it's not just him. It was him and, like Boom Studios. Right? It was him and Boom Studios that did this. And that was really the odd thing. And like I said, I was all about it. I'm like, hey, all good, all cool. But it's the way they've fumbled the ball in the fulfillment and the handling of the campaign that's made me largely say, like, I can't rely on these guys. They're not reliable. And they're not good at handling their project. Daniel, my love for you. Well, for you is ticking clock berserker. Oh yeah, my love for you is ticking clock berserker. Yeah. Would you like to? Yeah. That's great. Dynamite's project superpower is awesome. Though my only argument. Yeah, I'm like, I'll be honest with you. If it's good inside, like what's going on inside the reading, I'd be surprised. Like I haven't like, I've got plenty of Dynamite books. I don't think I've fucking read one of them. No, I've read some. Like I was reading those Invincible Red Sonja ones, and the Elvira ones. I totally intend on reading, but they were mostly cover buys. Like they were, and I appreciate when there's a company that has nice covers and still has great stories inside of them. I like Berserker. Keanu Reeves is Vandal Savage. Great casting. Yeah, it's already the 10th, dude. Yes, it is. Q-Ball, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Jesus Christ. My favorite recent allegory is in a comic was the Vault Comics book called Hollow Heart, and it basically about the robot made out of human body parts that falls in love with the... Oh, yeah. The robot gets jerked off by the gay dude putting his hands inside the robot's stomach. Yeah. Richado, Ryusu the God. Yeah, no, I know exactly. You know what? I think, and I stopped reading that series, Hollow Heart. I think I only read the first like 2 issues, and that was it. And not because I didn't like them, they were bad or anything. It's just like I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, not my thing. Maybe I'll pick up the trade. But yeah, like yeah, that. I know. Yeah, that was good. That was good, Richado. Uh, or that would that be Richado? Richado. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, he's not lying. That's exactly what happened. I think I've got that issue too. Because was that in issue 2, maybe? Was that in issue 2? Yeah. Been reading Noctera. Getting back into Radiant Black soon. Yeah. Like, I was reading Radiant Black, but you know, like, it's funny you say that, Hail the Lord, because like Radiant Black, that's another one of those creators on Kickstarter. That's Kyle Higgins. He actually did a crowdfunded book called The Trap with Lance Briggs from the Chicago Bears, which that's what brought me to the project. Was Lance Briggs. You know, I like Lance Briggs. I used to be a big time Chicago Bears fan. I'm like, fuck yeah, Lance Briggs doing a comic book. I'm gonna get that shit. And I think at that point I'd maybe read one Kyle Higgins book, maybe none at all. And I was like, yeah, hey, yeah, well, check it out. Went ahead and backed the book. Well, fucking 2 years later, that shit's still not here. 2 years later, that shit's still not here. And I'm telling you, like it's every excuse in the book. It's every excuse in the book. Just like with all these other things. Just like with the Boom Studios one. Just like with well, I guess the Boom Studio one, the Kyle Higgins one. Like you know what? It's the pandemic. It's shortages and all this bullshit. Yeah, and I'm using quotes like a motherfucker. Because shortages my ass. I've literally seen other creators here over the past 2 years not only fulfill multiple campaigns on time, but they've actually improved the quality of their books and the quality of their fulfillment. So for a company like Dynamite or Boom Studios or fucking Kyle Higgins, people who have the hookup in the mainstream industry to come up with excuses like fucking shortages when people have been out there improving is bullshit. And Kyle Higgins is one of those people. And their campaign is the fucking worst. In case you can't tell, I will get heated again because that's got to be the worst handled campaign I've ever been behind, that I've ever backed. It's got to be the worst one. And then Boom Studios definitely taking the cake for the one after that. And like it's one of those kind of things too, like I was saying earlier, Kyle Higgins, like with the fulfillment, how they've handled the thing, like you trying to get updates is fucking crazy, like, and it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I'm like, you obviously don't give a fuck. You already got our fucking money, and now you're just worried about selling Radiant Black. And oh, you know what's funny is because they have he's actually got another collaborator that is doing a tie-in story called what is it? It's not Radiant Red with the girl, but it's called Inferno Girl Red. They did a Kickstarter for as well, and you know what? They got the same fucking problems on that campaign. No contact with the customers, no hype. We took your money and fucking we'll fulfill whenever. Fuck it. Oh, we got paper shortages. Fuck out of here with that shit. And the thing is, like, even with the Boom Studios thing, even the Boom Studios books are way fucking late. I understand that they got a new artist, Ron Garney came on all that bullshit, and they had a little bit of a delay, but everything, their whole campaign is fulfilled. Like, they broke They broke nearly every fucking promise to the backers except for the fact of delivering it. And the way they've handled it, and even the way like Kyle Higgins handled his campaign, I'm sitting there like, bro, like there's somebody like on the Boom Studios when I left a comment, I left some feedback and shit, and so there's somebody on there like they were arguing, they were being cordial. And I'm like, bro, like this is the fucking, like this is the worst handled campaign in the book. Like, look, for one, it's for like they broke like every commitment to the backers, aside from they're getting them to us eventually. But I said, if this was one of those fucking Comics Gate fucking books, like people would be up in fucking arms all over the goddamn internet talking about how these people are a bunch of fucking scam artists, don't fulfill their campaigns, don't give a fuck, and they're just there to steal people's fucking money. That's exactly what would be going on all over fucking Twitter and every fucking where else. But no, it's Boom Studios, so nobody gives a fuck. What sense does that make? At least Kyle Higgins, after I left him some feedback, he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, bro, like, do you want your money back?" And I'm like, "Hey, I never asked for my money. I want the book. I believe in the book, but like, just get the fucking book fulfilled already." Is it too much to ask for you to give us fucking updates to keep us hyped about the book? Are you not excited about the comic book? I mean, like, that's why I backed it. I backed it. You know why? Because I'm excited about comic books. See? Look. I can fucking point my camera over there and show you the same fucking thing. Look. Comic books. Yeah. I'm excited about comic books, and I back them because I want to get comic books. You know, one of the things they said, like, "Hey, well, you know, it's taking a while to get there, but did you get the digital copy?" I don't give a fuck about. Do I look like one of them dickheads who reads digital comic books? Look, like the girl comes over and I'm like, hey girl, look at my big comic book collection on my iPad. You want to trade panties? Fuck out of here. Physical books. That's what I like. See? Look. You went and done triggered me by mentioning fucking Radiant Black and Kyle Higgins. Oh, God. Damn. And here, this stream was supposed to be me talking about toxic fanboys. Those neckbeards. Damn, man. You know what? Maybe it's just one. Like, maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just triggered today. I'm just fucking triggered today. You know what it was? It was that fucking article yesterday. Oh, goddamn! It was that article from fucking Justin Kroll. Ah, motherfucker! Goddamn! I was so. Oh. Anyway, okay. Okay, breathe. Whew. Okay. Clearly, global cooling is misinformation from the mob. No. That's not exactly what I meant, but I'm on the second phase, basically of Star Wars High Republic era Jedi politics as they explore the new territory. Kind of start. Okay, yeah. And here's the thing: is like, look, when it comes to like politics and all that allegories, like, a lot of writers can write this stuff really good. Like, there's so many, like, and that's the thing I think is so bullshit about people talking about, I don't like politics in my comic books, when I can almost guarantee you your favorite comic books, your favorite fucking movies out there are political fucking allegories, or they're, you know, all about that same kind of bullshit. Guaranteed. Like, oh, anyway, okay. Sorry. I haven't read New Thing, but it seemed like AW's attempt at Black Mirror. I don't know, like, and I like AWA Upshot's books. I like all of them, but I think New Think, like Greg Hurwitz, like, he's more like he said. You know, you think your big brain is like, bro, like that's fucking ground level. It's surface level. Obviously, allow me to catch up. Oh, okay, yeah. On High Republic. Are you like the comic books? Because I know they have books too, don't they? Is that what you're talking about? But Netflix has greater than lifetime cast, in my opinion. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Daniel Fisher. Oh man, yeah. Oh man. Main run and young adult. Okay, for the priority. All right. Stop giving your money and energy. It says cue ball. Oh man, where were we at here? I'm almost caught up with the chat. I'm getting close. Not sure if it was going to read why, but I will now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Lucas Texvenger, my man, up in the building. Strong female characters don't need to put down male characters to be tough. Absolutely not. Yeah. Couple of pandemic allegory issues he read this week. Yeah. Political allegory. And I was like, High Republic is incredible. I'm so worried. Our Chris is going to the dark side. Dun dun dun. I haven't read that. Like for me, like Star Wars, Star Wars is the movies. Started on film, it's the film. I don't read it like. I don't know. I suppose one of these days I could nerd out and read all the books. That's a lot of reading too, but I do a lot of reading anyway. So yeah. That's what I was really hoping Brianna would somehow still be alive. Ancient Jedi Wookiee Jedi Master for raiding me. Yeah, there you go. Put the in comic books. Best art house comics right now is New Mutants, Knights of X-Men, and The Furthest Place from Here. I haven't read The Furthest Place from Here, and I haven't read the Marvel ones either. But I have Marvel Unlimited, and I plan to catch up on some X-Men stuff one of these days. I like that annoying characterization of me. Still made a great point. Characterization of me. It still made a great point. Oh man. Aglax. Have you read Grimm from Boom Studios? Richado? Yeah, Grimm. I think I did I do an I thought I did a separate review for that. I may not have, but maybe I should, because I thought Grimm was great. I think Grimm is probably Stephanie Phillips' best work that she's done. I think Grimm is probably her best work. And that's only one issue, because what I'm going to get into here in a few minutes is I'm going to give glowing reviews to the first thing of the series as well here in a few minutes. So, yeah. I got the notification. You haven't watched it yet. One day I'll get my feeding window to normal. Yeah, right? I hear you, Ryan. How's nerd therapy stream planning? I haven't really planned it. I just need to get some guests, man. I just need some guests. Yeah. Forgive my anime reference, but U.S. paranoia agent? What? No. What are you talking? Oh man. Yeah. Where are we at? Oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. Let's see if I can. It's probably gonna delete all those chats. There we go. I wasn't on all. I couldn't see all chats. So I'm going to show Candy because I have a plant that was in it somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. Oh, nice. Candy, huh? Beard versus beard. Lots of vernacular above my pay grade. Excited to see you in action. Oh, man. Yeah, that's why Rip was doing it his way. Yeah, absolutely. Can wait for extra stuff to drop. Yeah, absolutely. This became a Mac. Yeah, nice. Hell yeah. If I can get my book out on time, don't let anyone get away with it. Being dumb and lazy is my brand. I've been asking Ripper to let me get in on that Glenn Beck money, but he won't get back to me. Oh, Aglax, you're fucking funny, dude. Yeah, Justin Simone says, time for the Rippaverse. Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. You know what? As a matter of fact, today when I was over on I was on Rippa's stream this morning, and I was there, and who's that guy that keeps going into the chats? I can't remember his username all of a sudden. But he's the guy, Sooner Than Later, that's been going into like, where's the book? Can't get the book. Like he's been in the fucking chat. Like he's been so insufferable. Like he's been getting on my nerves so fucking much. I just timed his ass out. I didn't block him from the chat. I just timed. I'm like, bro, I don't fucking have the time to repair. Mostly because I was already had enough of fucking idiots from being over in the Den of Nerds chat and seeing everybody bickering over there like a bunch of fucking children. Fucking grow up, man. And you know what's funny is like half these kids are kids, but you know what? Grow the fuck up. Let them balls drop down. Get some fucking hair on your chest. Go get laid. Okay. Okay. To be fair, comics is just a way to steal money. Oh, come on, Agla. Like, look, I don't know. Like, cause I can't say Well, I back your boy Zach. I backed several your boy Zach books, but I can't say that he's Comicsgate, because as far as I know from the people I know that roll with the Comicsgate crowd, they would tell you that your boy Zach is very much not Comicsgate. Matter of fact, the ones people I know that roll in that crowd would be like, fuck your boy Zach. But hey, I think his books are hilarious. I think I've read his books, like they're funny, they're silly, and typically the art in them is actually pretty good. Like I'm like it like when I read him and I see him, I really do think like it's a fucking shame all the stupid little fucking high school bullshit that went down with all of that stuff. Totally, it was a fucking shame because. Well, I mean, for one, I think he had actually had some good stories to tell. I mean, or at least he can think them up anyway, because they were hilarious. They were hilarious. Like I said, like Iron Sights reminds me of like No Country for Old Men meets Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite. It's fucking hilarious. It's great. Anyway, hell yeah, about the physical copies. Yeah. Absolutely. I hate on digital, but I 100% prefer physical copies if I can get them. Yeah, absolutely. Need the physical copies. Don't start with that X-Men myth. What? Think Myrtle needs a crack a cold one or 12. Oh man, Myrtle needs to light it up. These fanboy tears, yeah. Marvel Maniac, what is up, Todd? How are you doing? I hope all is going well with you. With a library card app, yeah, you can listen to your Arrow's collection of Star Wars audiobooks for free. Oh, nice, Aglax. I might have to do that. Last Marvel comic I read was The Death of Doctor Strange, and I really liked it the first issue, but then they fucked it up by issue 2, and I was done. Oh, yeah, like, I can't even remember the last one. I can't remember the last one I read. You know what? It was probably Moon Knight. It was probably Moon Knight issue 6, because I bought issue 7 and I didn't read it. That might have been the last. Well, I mean, aside from the omnibuses, I've been collecting the omnibuses. I've been getting the omnibuses and reading through these things, man. Like, bam! I read this one already. I read the volume 1. I just got this volume 2 just the other day. It just came out. I've been reading the Marvel omnibus, like the older shit. Yeah, kind of going back and reading all of the old shit. Like, dude, I love it. Like, the original Avengers run is so great, but to read each one of those issues, like one issue takes a long fucking time to read compared to reading an issue nowadays, man. Like I could probably read a modern day Marvel trade in the same time that it takes me to read an Avengers like issue number 1. Like that's how thick and dense they are, man. Like they're like. And they're good too. They're great stories. A little campy and silly at times, but they're so great. Just like these. Just like these things. I love these books. The EC Comics, the Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, those things are great. But yeah, I got the Marvel Unlimited app, so I'll probably go through and catch up on a lot of reading through there. Jason Strope, thank you so much for being here. Hope all's going well with you. Sooner than later. Sooner than later, troll. Wait, what are you talking about? What? Justin. How was that? Hey. Yesterday when I premiered I'm glad I was there because when we were in the chat and I was like in the video, I was like, I know you're out there, Justin. And you're like, oh, that was a low blow. I'm glad I was there. Because I was like, hey man, I'm just kidding, but only like, cause I don't know, I'm sure you're a good sport. You didn't think I was serious, but I thought that was just fucking funny. That's why I had to put that in there, dude. That shit was funny. Oh man. Really loving Ms. Marvel so far. Keeps being great as could be one of the best MCU shows yet. Yeah. Comicsgate is just all about injecting politics into everything. They tried to stop me from making my last comic, but we beat them, and then we'll beat them again. Just send me money. New comic book coming soon. Oh, Aglax, you're funny, dude. You seriously let all that money and fame go to your head and your belly. But anyway, okay, guys. So I like it's time to get into some real shit. All right. It's time to get into some real shit. you guys come here and hang out. Anybody that's been here a while, you guys know, like, hey, I'm cool with what, like, you can, like, I'm one of these people, you're free to have your opinion on whatever you want. It's funny, too, because, like, I talk about this shit so much, and you see all the shit going on the internet right now. It's like, and, Perch did a video the other day, and I, like, for whatever reason, YouTube isn't serving me up purchase comics by Perch videos anymore. Even though I'm subscribed and I have fucking notifications on, he must have pissed him off. But then, like, Tristan from Nerdette's Newsstand, she shared one of his videos on his stream or on her community wall, and then she did a video about it today. And then, you know, I left a comment on her video about it, but then it's also the same talking about the same thing that I talk about so much here, guys. So much. When it comes to all of these things, when it comes to this, you know, comic books, when it comes to these movies, music, anything, entertainment that you like, right? Like whatever you want to like. You can dislike whatever you want, you know, just, you know what, just at least form your own opinions, for one. Yeah, absolutely great. But here's the thing is, like, you can have your own opinion, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to fight with you about your opinion. And you know what? I'm not one of those people who's like, you know what? The reason you don't like it isn't a good excuse. You have to have a better excuse. Like, I'm not the fucking, I'm not the critique police. You know, now I'm not saying that I won't maybe, you know, ask at times, you know, maybe for a little more information, you know, a little more clarity. I think a lot of us want a little more clarity when it comes to criticisms. You know what I mean? Is when you got, especially when you got a basic bitch criticism. Certainly. Because, you know, you can see those criticisms out there that people have, and, like, you know, it's like kind of like Chillmonger stream the other day. Like, bro, did you even watch this show? Like you're like saying some shit like that makes it obvious you didn't even watch it. But here's the thing: is like, it's not even about respecting opinions. Like, I respect and actually appreciate people's opinions, even if they're differing than mine. And in most subjects, there's some things, of course, you know, we're kind of like, oh, yeah, fuck that, and maybe you probably don't want people's opinions on. And don't respect them. But for the most part, like, I appreciate hearing people's different opinions about stuff out there. Whether you like it, whether you hate it, you know, sure. You know, a lot of times people might ask, well, why don't you like it? What is it about you didn't like? You know, and a lot of times, like, people have cookie cutter arguments in the sense that a lot of people don't necessarily know how to express themselves, or maybe quite, how would you say, I can't think of the word they can't quite put together the words that they need to say how they feel about whatever it is, their opinion, right? They're not good at, man, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I'm just trying to sound smart anyway, that's all. But a lot of people just aren't good at that. And look, you can have whatever criticism you want of anything. You know, like, if I can ask you to explain yourself, or anybody else does, like, hey, you don't have to. You can keep your criticism or whatever. Like you can have whatever criticism you want, and that's fine. And hey, that's okay. I'm not here to tell you that you can't have your opinion, even if it's misguided, even if I don't agree. But the thing is, like, a lot of people these days, what they have this tendency to do is be dismissive of your opinion because they don't deem your opinion valid. Because, like, oh, that's not a good excuse. You gotta have a better excuse for why you don't like this thing. Or there's plenty of people out there that say, like, you can't like this thing, telling what you can and can't like, right? Or that you're stupid if you like it. And that's the thing, is everybody is entitled to their opinion, but everybody is a different person. Everybody has different life experiences and all this stuff. And although I will say most of us actually probably have very much the same experiences in our life, we probably experience different things in the different ways, though. Maybe not the exact experience, but pretty much we've all felt a lot of the same feelings and emotions. Almost every single person on this world has. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. And just like that, everybody's opinions are different. You know, like I said, people can't quite express some of their opinions that well. Maybe some people, maybe they do just listen to some asshole on YouTube and just say, hey, fuck it. This guy's saying so and I like him. And they're just going to run with it. Fine. But for whatever reason, people seem to not say that, you know, can't just be content at letting you have your own opinion. Now, if you want to get together and have, you know, a conversation, a discourse, a little debate about it, great. But most people these days, when they do these things, what do? They usually quickly end up descending into sarcasm and name calling, trying to poke at each other to get on each other's nerves just because they don't agree. Because people can't seem to have conversations these days. And I know, here's the thing, is like, people always talk, they like to use these little words, like people don't know how to have nuance in their combat. Like, get the fuck out of it. Like, having these conversations don't take nuance. It just takes getting into a conversation and not being a dickhead to the person across from you. Having at least a little bit of respect for them to have that conversation. And I'm not saying that conversation always has to be had. I'll tell you one time, I've actually had a guest here on the show that I was already going off on, and you know, like, and you know, people later are like, oh, you didn't even give him a chance to talk. Well, the thing is like, the reason that I had the stream was because the motherfucker already had a 3-hour fucking bitch rant session. He said all the shit he needs to. There's no new shit this motherfucker's gonna say to me. You know, he's not gonna present new fucking evidence. But that's the thing. It's like, for the most part, people can't come together and have those conversations anyway. They're not even fucking nuanced. It's not even that. They're very fucking basic conversations of people being able to treat somebody with a little bit of fucking decency and respect. And certainly, if somebody can't give that to you, you certainly don't owe it to them. But that doesn't mean that you have to play down to their level either. You can still be cordial and let them do what they need to do. But you get into most of these things, these debates, people start right fighting. They just can't have that conversation because one of them will get irritated, you know? And like, I see this happen in so many debates. Is that people can't just realize, like, we disagree on this altogether. You need to start there, that you disagree. And chances are, you need to stop trying to convince each other, because you're not going to convince the other person, especially by getting on fucking a stream with them and starting to be a fucking smart ass, sarcastic asshole, fucking, you're just doing everything you can to get on their fucking nerves to get them to react the way you want them to react, which a lot of people end up doing anyway. And then they start going back and fucking forth and back and fucking forth. You're not there for that. You're trying to convince each other and you're right fighting, right? It's not about that. It's about coming together to have conversations and seeing and talking things out. You're not even if you sit down and have the good, decent conversation with somebody, a respectful conversation, that doesn't mean that you're going to end that conversation agreeing with each other. Chances are you're probably not going to. You're probably going to start off exactly where you started off. Disagreeing. And that's okay. But getting together to have the discussion is the important part. Now the thing is, like, so many people don't even want to have the discussion. Right? Some people don't even want to have the discussion. You have the opinion they don't agree with, they just want to shut you out. Fuck you. I think they have a word for that, but, you know. That's essentially how most people get. They can't have that conversation, because they are going at it from, I'm trying to convince you, I'm trying to have this debate with you, you know, trying to play it up for the crowds, maybe. And I see it happen. I see it in so many of these things. You know, like, we get you don't get along, we get you guys aren't fucking friends, but then y'all just start doing the whole like, why do you, I mean, just for the drama. Like, I get, like, people, that's the thing though, is people love the drama. People love the drama. Excuse me, guys. I gotta, like, I'm gonna, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. There we go. Oh man, I was still on anyway. I was gonna say I had to close the window in the studio here. But most people can't sit down and have that conversation in the first place. Most people just like aren't prepared or just don't want to have that conversation. So like when you see people do it, like just fucking stop, man. Just stop it. Don't do it, because people can't even do the shit. Like people just can't seem to relate with one another and just seem to, you know, I don't know, maybe have at least the slightest bit of decency for each other these days. Yeah, you'll see everybody running around calling each other a bunch of fucking bigots. It's like I was saying the other day. Being a bigot to a bigot is still being a bigot. Being racist to a racist is still racist. Right? Like it's still racist. Like being racist to a racist is still racist. It doesn't change the fact of what you're doing. Right? You don't always have to fight fire with fire. Most times the most important thing is just coming together to have the conversation. And like I said, a lot of people can't quite express themselves the best. And that's just, like, seriously, that's kind of just people. You know, people aren't always good at expressing themselves. And there are people who certainly just, like I said, take the word of others and just go along with the crowd also, right? Just go along with the crowd. You wouldn't want to be the guy, right? Like, you wouldn't want to, like, would you want to be the guy that's there? Say you're having a lot of your group, your friends, they're all around doing whatever. Maybe you're having a party, maybe you're having a convention or something, and there's something going on, and everyone's like, rah, rah, rah. Everyone's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want to be the guy out there that's like, fuck that. You're like, that dude, that's fucked up. That's wrong. You don't want to be that guy, do you? No, of course you don't. You know why? Because most people are bitch made. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. I've kind of been alone in that sense plenty of times. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll have, and I've been that guy plenty of times that would be sitting there raising my hand, like, yeah, fuck you. Like, no, I don't think so. Like, but that's just me. That's just me. I don't mind being in the crowd with everyone. But one thing I'm not gonna do is just follow some fucking idiot blindly in everything they say, and fucking just forgive them for, you know, some shit that, you know, like, that I think is wrong. That's not me. You can ask anybody. I'm definitely the fucking call somebody out motherfucker. And you know what? If I do something, call me out. I don't give a shit. That's fine. But I also understand that not everybody's like me. I understand that not everybody, like I said, can express themselves that well. Not everybody is going to want to have these conversations. Like, I don't get, like, me, I don't give a shit. I'm a pretty fucking accepting person. But you get here on the internet, and that's just not how life is. You know, you got all these people out here that can't even get along, and then some new show or movie comes out, and then they get online and expect everybody to be all fucking, you know, have the rose fucking covered glasses on, and, you know, just sitting there jerking each other off, and that they want everybody to fucking kumbaya. For one, that's never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's not the way the world is. To want that is fucking absurd. But that's not to say that everybody can't be hanging out in the same place, having a good time. Like, you don't go, do you go to the club? I seriously want to know, maybe some of you do. Do you like, and I don't know, because I don't go clubbing, but do you go to the club where they're there and like everybody's fucking sitting there dancing and drinking, having a good fucking time, getting fucked up? We're gonna get fucked tonight! And all of a sudden the song changes and everyone's like, fuck this. And they start fighting because like these people like the song and the other people don't, and there's just a big fucking brawl in there over the song, and fucking the cops have to come, they clear the motherfucker out, they shut the piece of shit down. I know it sounds silly, right? But that's exactly what these motherfuckers do all over the goddamn internet, all the fucking time. Now it wouldn't be such a problem, but then everybody acts so fucking surprised about it. So surprised about it. Look, I am never going to be the person that says you have to agree with what I agree with. You have to feel how I feel about it. You can't leave your thoughts and your feelings that I don't agree with at all. Like you can't. You don't even tell them to me. You're gonna trigger them. You're gonna trigger me. And I'm just gonna delete them from my comments section. I'm never gonna be that person. I really want to know what people think, what they feel. I can accept that. Even like I said, even harsh criticisms. Like I've been in the real fucking world. I like the way I grew up. People were fucking honest. I got honest feedback from motherfuckers. I want honest feedback from people. I don't want somebody blowing smoke up my ass. I need honesty. I need feedback. Plus, I'm the kind of person I like that shit. I like hearing that. I like absorbing all this stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Even like all the discourse and everything out there, I like absorbing all this. I like absorbing all this is like. Anyway, but the point being is, I'm not going to tell you have to agree with me. I'm not going to tell you how to feel about it, because just like exactly what's been going on over these past few weeks, what's gone on this week, I can guarantee you nothing I say is something that's agreeable to most people. Yeah. Or I'm going to say some things that a lot of people would disagree with, basically because people have different feelings, right? Like, for instance, the big thing over the past few weeks that everybody's been talking about is this fucking Kenobi show. I know everybody's got their complaints about Reva. My complaints about Reva is she seems like a caricature and the actor just isn't that good. Nothing to do with her race or anything like that, like everybody else has a problem with. Me and LB went over that last week. I don't have any problems with that. If you don't like the character for any of those reasons that people are like, I don't give a shit. You're entitled to your opinion. Even if you're one of those people out there that's fucking being, that's being racist. And I'm saying that because some people aren't being racist. And then if you're just one of those people being racist out there too, I don't give a fuck. You're entitled to your opinion. Doesn't mean I have to agree. You're entitled to your opinion. That's, hey, whatever. We know who you are, right? I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing who people are in that sense. Like, if you're one of the, like, if you're a fucking terrible sicko, I want to know. I'd rather know. I'd rather know. But everybody has their opinion. They're like, and that's the thing, is like, it would make some people mad. And I've seen that here over these past few weeks. Kenobi show, I think it's fucking boring. I love this show. I love, I like these characters and all that stuff. But like, this show is just like, to me, I honestly, like, you could probably convince me that you think it's fun and entertaining, and that's fine, and I can accept that. But for me, it's fucking boring, and there's nothing about it that's gonna change my mind on that. Like, even these last couple episodes, like, they could come out and I'd be like, yeah, it's just been boring, right? I've got my gripes about the production and all that stuff, but hey, you know what? Some people aren't gonna like that and can't take it. They're gonna call me a toxic fanboy, or that I don't have a good reason for disliking it. I can tell you, I got plenty of good reasons for disliking it. But there's that, and like I said, I get and understand people's complaints about this show with a lot of it, because I'm like, yeah, to me, it's pretty slow and boring. It's pretty slow and boring. But that goes back to what I was saying earlier, like with some of the stuff. Like, to me, like Star Wars, it's a movie thing. It belongs on the big screen. That's how it started. That's where it's at. The fucking EU, all these little books that everybody fucking nerds and bitches about, that they break the canon. Like, I can give a fuck. To me, the canon's in the movies. And I know there's somebody out there going, that's your deal. That's not mine. It's all good. You're free to be mad at me for not reading the fucking books and caring about that lore. And I'm certainly not gonna fault you for being pissed at Lucasfilm, because they just take fucking, the lore, and they just take it and they look at it and go, oh, look at this book. What book? I'm not gonna be mad at you for that. Whatever. But some people can't accept that. Then, and this is getting into this other thing too, is Ms. Marvel. Did y'all watch my review on it? I tell you, this is one of those things, like, I haven't gone out there and checked, people talking about review bombing and all this bullshit. Review bomb. I don't give a shit. I can give a shit about it. Like, and I was telling Chillmonger this the other day. Like, I've never been to Rotten Tomatoes website one time. I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care if you go review bomb it. I don't care about any of that shit. I know, like, some people obviously look at these Rotten Tomato scores and think they mean something, or it means something to them. Largely, I don't. You know whose opinion I care about when it comes to the movies, whether I think it's good or not? Not that I care about it, but like, whose opinion I mostly care about, and whose opinion that I take to heart when I hear it, it's mine. Right? Because I know my taste in movies. I know what I like and I know what I don't. I know that, like, even my fucking wife, you think she likes the same fucking movies I do? Like, we like all the same movies, and she don't tell me that some of these movies suck and she don't like them and all that bullshit? Yeah, of course she does. Of course she does. Of course she does. I don't give a fuck about this stuff. But the other thing is, we get here into, like, this Ms. Marvel show, right? Ms. Marvel. Oh, man. If you didn't watch my review, you gotta go watch the review. I even talked in the video about it. Like I don't like what this show is making me do. Because there's one thing I knew going into this. For one, fucking Kenobi made me hype for Ms. Marvel. But two, getting into the show, one of the things I knew was Kevin Feige, the son of a bitch, is going to take this show that is aimed at teenage girls and actually put energy into it and make it fun and entertaining. And even in my review, I said, and I'm being like fucking no cap, I think the first episode of Ms. Marvel is the best fucking show, or best show, movie, anything that they've done in the MCU in Phase 4. And I'm not even kidding about that. I'm not even kidding about that. And here's the thing, like, I don't give a fuck if you like me saying that or not. You know why? Because, like, that's just how I feel about it. You're not going to change my mind. But the thing is, at the same time, I'll tell you, I feel uncomfortable saying it too. Because it's a show aimed at little girls, right? Teenage show aimed at little girls. They get into the show. This starts off with this young girl giving this really great recap of Avengers Endgame, the events of Avengers Endgame, and doing all that stuff. And then you get to see her. She goes to school. You meet her family. She wants to go to this Avengers Con. Her parents won't let her. They're traditional. She goes out shopping with their mom. You see how traditional her family and all these, like, their family and religious traditions. You see her with her friend being a fucking teenager, wanting to sneak out of the house. She goes to this Avengers Con. She gets there, she has fun. Oh, the bracelet, I know, the power, like, look, I'll give that. Like, the critique about the bracelet, I get it. I fucking, like, Chillmonger, he murdered this show because changing the powers. Aside from that, I watched this show. The production value is there. The fucking writing is there. The acting is there. Everything about this show, like I said, this single episode is the best fucking thing they've done in Phase 4. And I said, I feel awkward saying that. It's showing to young girls, right? But looking at all the stuff they've done in Phase 4, that is my honest to God opinion. Because of the things that I look at when I watch this show. The things that I look at when I watch movies. The things I expect out of them. And this show, like I said, Kevin Feige put the energy into. Do I wish he would put this energy into some of the other shit? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. But I knew Kevin Feige was going to do this, that son of a bitch. I'm kind of glad he did, too. You know why? Because fuck that Kenobi show. It's fucking boring, man. It's fucking boring. And I'm just so, like, I'm just happy to see a show that I go and I watch that was funny. It was charming. It was endearing. I got done watching the show and I had a fucking smile on my face. It seems like it's been a while since I've felt that way after watching something from Marvel Studios. WandaVision, I mean, sure, WandaVision was great. I loved WandaVision. But even that one, you know, like even that one still didn't leave me feeling the same after watching, you know, like those, even the first couple episodes, which I thought were great. I liked that sitcom shit, but I liked how, I'm telling you, I loved how they did all that stuff. And plus, Wanda was, Anyway, but the point being is even that show, I like, it's still my favorite. But this first episode just came out and I'm sitting there like this first episode was that fucking good. And if you didn't like it, that's okay. I'm sure you probably have valid reasons why you don't. And I get that. And you know what? That's okay. You can have those opinions. I don't care. I don't think you have to agree with me. I don't think that you have to agree with me that Adil and Bilal, the directors on this episode, because I think they're switching directors most of the episodes, came in and did a great fucking job directing this. If you don't agree with that, fine. That's okay. That's okay. I don't care. But the things I see and that I look at, like I said, this feels... Moon Knight was there too. This feels like the first complete show that they've really done that hit the quality of what I expect to see on the big screen, which is one of the things I think is lacking out of the Star Wars shows and the Marvel shows is... And I talked about this the other day, and I think I even sent in a super chat on the Den of Nerds the other day. But I have a feeling that, like, I really do feel that the reason most of these Star Wars shows and these MCU shows, people have been slamming them and critiquing them, like, it's, in my sense, because of just the shit I see wrong with them, is that these universes, Star Wars, MCU, we're used to seeing them on the big screen with big budgets and the cinematics, the acting, the everything, like the props in the background, what they're showing, everything. We're used to seeing that cinema level quality, that movie, that big screen level quality. And then you boil it down and you put it in a TV show. I get You may not have the same budget, but you have the same expectations. Because they're coming from that cinematic universe. And when you look at something like Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy, though, well, maybe not The Walking Dead. I guess The Walking Dead technically kind of counts too. But you have these things that aren't part of a larger cinematic universe. Game of Thrones was its own thing. It wasn't like the movie or some shit that brought it in. You know, they did the show afterward. Fucking Sopranos was, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these shows, they did their own thing. They built their own thing there in that platform, in that way. They weren't movies and I wouldn't even say down, but downgraded to TV shows. Or they weren't TV shows and upgraded to films. I think a TV show that goes from a TV show to a film would probably have much less expectations when it finally hits the big screen. But I think that's my biggest critique of all of these, is that they haven't matched that quality. And this show fucking hits all the marks in my book. And as I said, I feel a little weird saying that. I know a lot of people don't agree, but I also know a lot of people don't look at the same things I do when it comes to this stuff. I also understand that some people just don't like Ms. Marvel. They don't like the character and they just don't care about the character. And that's fine. It's perfectly fine. The other thing I like to say is Marvel comic books. You can go every single fucking Wednesday out to the comic shop and see. They've probably got fucking, 10, 20 titles coming out every goddamn week. And even people that love Marvel comics, not all of it, but not everybody reads every goddamn book. Because it's like some people just don't like this character, don't like that character. That's just how it is. But that's not to say they shouldn't try to appeal to everybody. And I don't think this show is necessarily trying to appeal to everybody, but I think everything in this show is something that could easily appeal to everybody if you liked The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Family Matters, The Cosby Show, fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We could go on about, we could go down a full list of shit that this feels. It's like that coming of age story about a young girl who's just being a young girl, being an awkward teenager growing up. And I feel like did people forget and sometimes I know we as adults, we get that way, forget what it's like growing up. I also feel like that's why a lot of people back some of the shit they do these days, because they fucking forget, y'all motherfucker, yeah, that's a different subject for a different time. But for me, that's what it is. And like I said, I don't you don't have to agree with my opinions, because believe me when I say there's a whole lot of people out there that's going to disagree with every fucking word I just said. And I'm not going to argue with you and tell you that you have to like her. You have to agree with me, because I know plenty of people out there don't agree with me. They don't like it. And plenty of people don't care because, like I said, they don't care about Ms. Marvel. They don't care. Maybe they just don't like the MCU anymore. Then they're not going to watch. That's fine. The only thing I would say is if you're not going to watch and don't like it and everything, you can't, I can't respect your opinion and you saying it sucks or anything like that if you haven't watched it. If you haven't watched it at all. Now, if you just tell me that you think it sucks because you have no interest and you don't like the character, I can accept that. But there is a little bit of difference. I guess there is a little bit of what people like to think is nuance there. But again, that comes in language and how you express yourself, right? Why can't I even think of the word? I'm still trying to think of it. I'm not intricate, but it's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm not gonna remember it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, the whole point being is you see everybody out there, all this discourse, and it's the same fucking thing. I feel like a broken record. Is y'all just need to shut the fuck up and realize that not everybody's going to like the things you do. You're going to not like something. And you know what? It's perfectly okay to let all the people out there that are all, yeah, Disney, be that way. You don't have to go out there and give them a hard time. Likewise, I will say, if you're one of those guys, yeah, you don't have to go out there and be upset at the guy who's fucking raging over it. You don't have to let people, and I see that shit all the time. Oh, these people, I can't enjoy something for 5 minutes and I get on here and people, they just don't let me do it. Can't we just like something? You gotta ruin it. Oh, God, dude. Pull the fucking panties out your sandy vag. Go get you some Summer's Eve and clean that shit up, bro. You're fucking pathetic. God damn. It's fucking people that, oh, you're ruining fandom. You're ruining. Like, bro, you're letting them ruin it for. Like, if somebody's ruining that shit for you, you're letting them. Like, are you watching their shit? Are you looking at their tweets? Like, what the fuck are you? Like, I get tweets come across in your thing. That's how it works. Just keep fucking scrolling, bro. Like, just keep fucking it's like you want it, but then when you get it, you're like, oh my god, these toxic. Like you went and poked the bear. What'd you expect? You knew I was a snake, bitch, right? But that's the thing. But hey. Might be wrong. And I don't know. I haven't watched, like I said, I don't watch a lot of that rage bait, clickbait. Like, I don't know. Like, are there people out there calling Ms. Marvel woke and all this kind of bull? Are they like giving Iman Vellani a hard time like they did the other girl, the Reva girl, Moses Ingram? Are they, like, is there, like, I don't know. I typically stay away from like a lot of those channels, and even the ones like I even typically stay away from a lot of the ones like, yeah, like, bro, like, you know, you're not gonna capture me with that. But there's plenty of people I watch out there that are like that too. I don't mind that. It's okay. But I can only take so much of each one. I can only take so much of your positivity, and I certainly really can't take your stupid bullshit hate. You fucking stupid bullshit rage hate click videos. Like, unless you like, if you're rage hating on something, if you actually have something like real to say, I can take it. I can take it. Some people I see videos out there that are like that. The people I'm like, okay, look, this guy's got a legitimate argument and he's pretty pissed off. And some people are gonna call him and talk, yeah. All good. But for the most part, like, I don't. I just don't want to engage in that. I don't see why people do that to themselves. And then they're going to blame it on somebody else. Like, oh, this person ruined my fandom. No, you ruined it, dude. You're the one going and watching Jeremy's videos. But I don't know. That's just if you ask me. I could just see so much of him. Just like, grow the fuck up, man. Even at times when I'm like, that's why yesterday when the Thunderbolts thing came out, oh my god, I was fucking triggered. Yesterday, that goddamn article by Justin Kroll saying that fuck it, like, because to me that's another thing. Like, I read the comic books, I care. Justin Kroll from fucking Deadline comes out and does this report saying that General fucking Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross formed the Thunderbolts and named the first team. That's not even fucking true. That's 100% fucking untrue. I just showed you guys earlier. I've got these two fucking big fucking goddamn books right here full of like, look, these I have, like, these are a fucking workout to lift. Look at all, look. I know that one of those books that I've read, because the other one I just got the other day, has not one mention of the name General Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross. Not one. Not one. The closest relation is their first appearance in The Incredible Hulk. That's it. And yeah, I get triggered. I almost started coming at motherfuckers online too. Because I was so triggered on that shit. I almost pulled a Josh. But I stepped back and I'm like, you know what? Like I replied to a couple of posts and I'm just like, and I stepped back. I'm like, no. I just need to stop. I just need to stop, because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be some fucking rando fucking weirdo coming on here who never fucking read a comic book in their goddamn life and be like, oh well, you know, the Thunderbolt Ross, he actually no, bro, he fucking didn't. He was part of a team later, and I get it. So I had to step down. I'm telling you, I stepped off the ledge, and I put my energy into making a video. I put my energy into making a video instead, because I was about to lose my shit. I was about to become one of those fucking randos that you fucking start arguing with on Twitter. I almost fucking went all in. So I decided to go all in on the video. Anyway, let me get back into the chats here, man. Sorry. Let me get back in here and see what you guys are saying. I know I've given plenty of terrible opinions here already. So let's see what we have to say here. Okay. Daniel Fisher, thanks for in peace. All right, have a good one, Daniel Fisher. Yeah. Okay. Where are we at here, man? I got to scroll back a ways here. I caught up and then I just completely went ham. Okay. Where were we at? Okay, there we were. Aglax's Grift. Old Thor books were dope. The old Marvel shit is goat. Yeah. Random Brad Creator, my man. So Beer Clock down here. Cheers to you as well. Richado says that people hate current Marvel, but for me, the worst thing Marvel has ever done was retcon Jean's death back in the 80s. Oh, right? Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, for me, current Marvel, like the reason I don't like, for one, like a lot of the stories they're just boring. It was just boring, and the quality of the books, that bullshit fucking wax paper they print on. Nah, I'm not paying $4.99 for that bullshit. Tim's Talk, thank you so much for being here. Cartoons and Comics, thank you so much for being here. Says, is Stargirl very much, but Stargirl has more spirit. What's that? What do you I don't know Stargirl at all. Cartoons and Comics. I've never read Stargirl. Is that a comic book? It's a comic book, right? Or is that the TV show? Is that? Yeah. Justin Bieber can't feel his face. Actual local news tonight. Thanks, Obama. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. Thank you so much for being here, Tim's Talk, Cartoon and Comics. Thank you so much for being here. Articulate. Dang, there you go. Like I should have around the chat sooner. Like, look. See, Cartoons and Comics knew exactly what word I was looking at. The word that I couldn't articulate. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Articulate. Yeah. Jedi Mike and fucking Cartoons and Comics right there. Articulate. Yeah. Damn it. Maybe if Dixie was here, he'd say, maybe you need to stop reading the funny books and pick up a real book. That's what Dixie would say. Introspection. Yeah, that works too. Well, not for what I was trying to, but yeah, introspection is another good one. People need to learn about that. Spider Multiverse of Quantum Mania Madness. Yes. I watched it. It was really very much teenage girl, but there's But here's the thing. Hyper goofy parents are so cliche. That's why Courtney on Stargirl is better. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched Stargirl. Okay, yeah, that was a TV show. Yeah, I haven't watched it. But here's the thing. Like, I don't feel like her parents were goofy. I didn't really feel the goofiness out of her parents. Like, her mom was kind of stern and kind of steadfast in her wanting to hold to the traditions. And her father was he was the easygoing one, right? And like for me growing up, like my father was pretty much always the easygoing one. My mom was a little more steadfast in a lot of stuff. And like for me, like that was very like I thought that seemed pretty spot on. For me. In that sense, I thought, like I said, I didn't think the parents were goofy at all. I thought they were. I thought it was all very well played. If anything, for me, I think it was the goofy brother. Like the goofy brother is probably the one for me that seemed the most kind of like, yeah, he's a little silly. He's the one, if anything, but he also seemed like that kind of. He's definitely feeling that. How would you say that cliche role? Definitely. But I thought the parents were like, I don't know. I thought the parent portrayal was pretty damn good. I thought it was pretty good. When he was talking about the people looking down on your bad opinion, he was talking about me. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Ms. Marvel is mid. Stargirl is dope. Yeah. Again, yeah. I haven't watched I don't like. And that's the other thing. Like most people are like. I don't generally watch TV shows. I'm not really into TV shows at all. And I know you can easily come back with, well, Trinity, you watch the Star Wars and the MCU. Yeah, I do. Only because they're supposed to tie into this larger cinematic universe of movies that I do like. It's the only reason. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't watch them. We have yet to see if the Star Wars ones are going to affect the films. We have yet to see if... Well, I guess the MCU ones have. But yeah. Tantrum's going to tantrum. I learned how to debate watching Ripper and Candace Owens, and now I win every argument. Yeah. Well, like, here's the thing. Hail the Lord, and I know this was like almost an hour ago, too. The thing is, like, Ripa, when he debates, and here's the thing, the reason most people lose any debate is because they get emotional. They let their emotions take control, right? They let their emotions take control. Because like even like the Ripa, when he was had Jody on, and when they were having their debate, they were arguing, and late like. Afterward, people like, young Ripple was the one, he started that fight, and that's when he was calling him fat and all that bullshit, and he was like he's the one who first started all that and got Jody to react and everything. And it's like, look, like whoa, for one, you need to go back and rewatch, and you need to watch it from an objective point of view, because they were literally on there for I don't know how long, poking at him to try to get him to react to something. They were trying to putting these little jabs to try to get him to react. And then he did it. And then people act like, oh, well, he called him fat. He came at him first. No. They were provoking him the whole time. They were trying to provoke him the whole time. And then he just bit. That was it. He just bit. They wanted him to bite. Right? But that's the thing, is because people get emotional. The same thing with like, I could even say like the debate he did with Tristan, Nerdette, was, the thing is like, she got emotional about it too. And she starts talking louder, starts to try to talk over him. What else did she start doing? Honey. Oh, honey. honey, oh honey, oh, you know, and then like, you know, I think I brought something like that up to her later. She's like, oh, it's like the sarcasm of like some shows. I'm like that's not like, okay. So basically, what you're telling me is that you use sarcasm to try to win a fucking argument. That's not how it works. That's not debate. That's sarcasm. That's just being a dickhead and saying I'm just here to be a dickhead. But that was the same thing. She like, oh honey, oh, and he's like, don't call me honey. Like, I'm not honey. Like, just stop it. She kept poking at him because she was already annoyed and didn't agree. And she's poking at him and poking at him and poking at him and poking at him. I know this motherfucker don't like me calling him honey. So you know what I'm gonna do? Honey, oh honey, oh honey, honey, honey. It's like when you watch every intro, you know, like whoever does those clips to the Grace Randolph ones. Wow, wow, wow. Like, it's the same thing. You're just trying to get on their nerves and get the fucking reaction out of them. That's it. That's not how you debate. That's when you've lost the debate because you're already there. You know? But that is most debates that you're going to find on YouTube, is people who don't realize that they're not going to change each other's mind. They just want to be right. They just want to one up the other one, and that's what it is. Like, oh, okay, we got the crowd thing. We got to play it up for the like, and then they're not agreeing to play it up for the crowd, but one of them has to. One of them always does. And it's also not because they can't, and it's not necessarily always because they're wrong or because they can't debate. It's because they start to get a little too emotional and they can't articulate what they're trying to say because they're emotional. You know, and that's the thing. But yeah, absolutely. But that's because most people get emotional. I am an attention whore. Merc. Reminds me of when Eric and Tyler debated each other somewhat recently. Tyler. I have to. I'll remember that one. I'll have to go back and see it. I love Aftershocks. Super Zero comics. All right. Super Zero. I don't think I've read that one. Eric Boss versus the Tyler Creative. Yeah, Ripper. Yeah. All right, Daniel Fisher, have a good one. That was like an hour ago, man. I'm fucking way behind. Talk about that dude from here. I thought it was cool trying to take personal shots of him. I've never seen. Makes us so offended in my life. I'm not sure which one Tyler was. Yeah. Little ass play. She was also racist. Bad if you're a flat Earth NFL player, just go to the Dallas, please. Kenobi 4 episode 4 was so good. The sets were incredible. I just had to stop, laugh for 30 minutes about that torture room. Yeah, the torture room. Oh man. Yeah, I forget review of the show is boring. Canon breaking and shit's legacy characters. Yeah. Vader actor went through hell. Oh yeah, probably. Your facial expressions represent how I feel on things. Great Ms. Marvel review. Good connections to Shang-Chi and Eternals. Yeah. Why is this torture room so big? Yeah. It's the most ominous, and we had a yeah. There you go. Multiple tortures in tandem. Yeah. The torture room. Yep. I don't really care about reviews for video games. If I see a game I like, I'm gonna play it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, Ms. Marvel. Yep. Kevin Feige took credit for things he didn't do. Yeah. Sad but true, Phase 4 has sucked. Kamala Khan show is the best Phase 4 project so far. You've got... Oh, gotta take the dogs out? Yeah. My opinion, the characters are poorly written. Wait until episode 4 or 5. Oh, you mean for... Oh, you talking about Star Wars? I'm guessing you're talking about Star Wars. Yeah. I tell you, to me, it's just boring. Yeah, it's just been boring. Daredevil wasn't on the big screen. That shit was dope. Very Frank Miller. I don't know. I know you didn't like the show, but better than these shows with less money. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I just didn't like them. They're not bad. They're not bad. Like, they're like the Daredevil show. It's not bad. Like for me, if anything, I would say like Iron Fist was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And like Punisher, I just didn't feel like I like what's his name as Punisher. Like that's all great. I just didn't like the portrayal to me seemed a little weak. It seemed a little weak. And not on the actor side, like just like I'm just watching him, just kind of I don't feel like this quite nails the Punisher that I know, and I'm not super familiar with Punisher. But it just didn't feel. It felt a little, yeah, I don't know. He felt a little too emo for me. I completely left Marvel off the side with Disney grooming children issue. Yeah, I got you. Game of Thrones, say what you want. It was a good production value when they started leaving Starbucks cups around. Yeah, right. yeah. Chris from Chaos and Comics is in the building. Hola, what's the topic? Just me flapping my gums about the insanity of everybody in the world. Or their bickering, anyway. Me bickering about people's bickering. There we go. Feige was also talking about the TV shows and mentioned Mobius and Loki. Mobius in Loki was a Loki variant. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. That could be. Well, I've heard good stuff about Ms. Marvel. I was surprised it had so many people into it. Yeah. Get around to it eventually. Yeah, like I said, I think it's great. There's nothing wrong with not liking a character when you're When you're 10, 11, or 12 years old and you save your allowance to buy books weekly, gotta pick and choose what you like. Same when you're 40. Yeah, absolutely. You're still upset about the enchanted suit? I don't like the enchanted suit. I don't like the Moon Knight enchanted suit. I'm never gonna like it. Have a good one, Justin Simone. Again, that was a while. I hope you're having a good night, Justin Simone. Ms. Marvel was written better, and I actually liked the character a little bit when she was in the Avengers game. She was cool in that. Yeah, I played the Avengers game, and I need my son played a lot more of it than I did. But yeah, I'm not super familiar with the character. I mean, I read some of the Kamala Khan in some of the books. I read some of the tie-ins and stuff, but largely I haven't read the characters. I don't really have enough on the character to say I don't like the character. I'm not into it. It's definitely something for a younger crowd. But yeah, I haven't read the many of the comics myself. Had a balance, great stream, brother. Have a good night. You as well, Justin. Have a great weekend. Yeah. MCU Thunderbolts is not the comic Thunderbolts. Remember that. Stop, Brian McCann. Stop. That's still no excuse for Justin Kroll to come out and say that Thaddeus Ross created the team and named the team in the comics. That's exactly what he said in the article. In the article, he said the Thunderbolt Ross created the team and named the team in the comics. That's what he said. That's what was so triggering. That's why I was triggered. Because he said that's what happened in the comics. And I'm like, absolutely not. That's why I was so triggered. Yeah. You get it. I know you get it. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. It is irritating how the MCU ignores the comic sources and changes things. So the comic fans dislike changes. Well, they certainly take liberties. I think they've taken more liberties the longer they've gone on. Certainly. Fans did, and that's the other thing. Fans dislike changes. It doesn't matter what the change is. Right? It really doesn't matter what the change is. Fans aren't gonna like it. Like, remember, what was it, like in the first X-Men movie? Like, oh, well, you want us to wear yellow spandex? I can guarantee you, while there was plenty of people out there laughing, ha ha, yeah, silly, fucking stupid, no, I don't want to see that. Plenty of people out there were going, yes, absolutely, I want to see those silly fucking yellow costumes. Every single one of you. And I agree. I don't see any problem with that. But yeah, you change. It doesn't matter. You change the littlest thing, people aren't gonna like it. It's fans, man. It's fans. Anthony Manzano, thank you so much for being here. Trinity, is there any crowdfunded or startup comics that you can recommend that are centered around vampires, werewolves, or cowboys? I really can't because I'm not into vampires, werewolves. I would say cowboys I'd probably be into, but none I can think of right off the top of my head. None that I can think of right off the top of my head. As far as crowdfunded books. Do you think there's a little bit of gatekeeping when it comes to the live action adaptations of comic book movies? People seem to criticize that the movies are not comic book accurate. Yeah, absolutely. And there should be. Like, honestly, like, my thing is, like, I think there should be the gatekeeping with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the gatekeeping. And that's the thing. Like, people act like gatekeeping is so bad while they're gatekeeping, right? People act like like, that's the thing. Like, people act like they're so against gatekeeping while they're gatekeeping, right? Saying you don't like gatekeepers while you're gatekeeping is still gatekeeping. Just like I said earlier, it's the same thing. Like, being a racist to a racist is still a racist. Being a bigot to a bigot is still a bigot. It's the same fucking thing. Being a gatekeeper to a gatekeeper is still gatekeeping. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. That's like not being a gatekeeper. That's saying that if I don't want to be a gatekeeper, that's saying that anybody can just come into this comment section, say whatever they want, say whatever all willy-nilly, and try to hijack the comment section and get everybody riled up. And saying that if I time that person out and tell them to get the fuck out of here, that's gatekeeping. Absolutely it is, and that's fine. Because I don't need some shithead in here fucking with everybody. Like, you want to fuck with somebody, you can come fuck with me. Like, I'm the host of the show. Like, you come fuck with me all you want. Just don't do that shit to my people, my people there in the chat. We're trying to like, if you want to come in and have a debate and a conversation in the chat and do all that, you can have civil conversations, civil debates. But most people aren't doing it. But I think there should be that, because one of the things when it comes to these movies and everything that I absolutely 100% agree with, which is like which we'll see if she's lying or not. Was it John Krasinski's wife that said, like, I don't want to be in these comic book movies. I'm just not into that. We'll see if she comes into the MCU or not. But her saying that, I'm like, yes, I appreciate that. That honestly makes me want you to be in the cinematic universe, because like you're willing to admit that. When you get these other people in there, who don't have a connection to the character, don't have that connection to the stories, don't have that connection to that. They're portraying these characters that were in the comic books on the screen. And I do think that the people involved should have that love and appreciation for the source material. If you're going to be the director, you better damn well be a fan of the comic books. If you're going to be the writer of the show or the movie, you better damn well like the comic books. If you're going to be the actor in the role, at least read the comic books. At least read the comic books. But I would really much rather you have the connection to the character. Because if you don't care. That's the thing, like, even with the stuff that came out with, like, the James Gunn thing and the Suicide Squad. What was he, like, told John Cena, I don't fucking worry about reading the comic books. We're doing our own shit. Like, you know what? Maybe James Gunn read the comic books and he's going to do it justice, but for one, no. Go read the comic books. Go get the love and appreciation for them. I would say it's less of a requirement for the actor in my book, less of a requirement for the actor. But for the director, for the writer, all the other, like, the people, like, really involved in the production of it, absolutely. And that's the difference between watching the movies like Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely wrote for the MCU and watching the bullshit that Michael Waldron is writing. What the But that's it. That's the difference. I think they should have the love and appreciation, because honestly, then any of the changes I might be willing to accept, because maybe they actually made those changes in like liking the character and feeling like maybe they think that these characters, these little things might be worth changing. Because there have been some changes that I think a lot of people are accepting of and will accept, but some of them are not. Like Brian McCann said earlier. But I think they do. I think they should. And the criticizing for not, like, look, and I honestly don't think that there's anybody out there that thinks that these movies should be 100% accurate. I don't think there's any of those people out there. I could be wrong, but I do think that most people do feel that they could if they could hold 95%. I'll even give you 90. That 10% gives you a little bit of leeway to change it up. But I think it. But I mean, I think it should be. I think they should. They like that's what got people invested, is the comic books. For sure. So in that sense, yeah. Yeah, I saw that live. That was insane. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Ripper debate that time. Yeah. Let's see. Turning my friend the Trailer Live. Been wondering how to come up with the show name. Oh, I answered that one earlier, Anthony. It couldn't handle the conversation. Trini, can you explain to me why you're flapping your gums? Stream got taken down by YouTube. I was trying to find it and it seemed like it was deleted, or you moved it to your Patreon page. Your flapping gum stream. Which one, Anthony? Which are you talking about? The one from last week? Was that last Thursday? I think it was last Thursday. It went to members only. Yeah, that was the members only one. Yeah, it went to members only after that stream. Yeah. For me, I understand why people give credit to Kevin Feige for the success of the MCU, but they need to realize it was Alan Horn that was controlling everything. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I know what you're saying there. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kevin Feige was the one bringing everything together and Kevin Feige was doing the magic. Alan Horn was basically saying, yeah, no to things. For the corporate thing, because they need to make money. Absolutely. But Kevin Feige was the creative behind. He was the creative genius behind that stuff. Alan Horn was just the one saying yes and no. Talking about the gatekeepers that take it too far to criticize everything to the point where other people can't enjoy it. Well, the thing is, like, no, the gatekeepers would take it too far and criticize everything to the point where people can't look. If somebody is criticizing something so much that you can't enjoy it, you need to just stop watching that person. Just stop watching them. Because if you're letting somebody else's opinions, critiques, whether they are right or whether they are way off base, if you are letting somebody else ruin your experience, that is on you. That is on you for letting them ruin your experience or affect it. That's on you for continuing to watch them or listening to those opinions. That's the one of the things, like when we used to fucking talk with Mad Max and all that bullshit. And why I finally got tired of his bullshit is the exact same thing. Is you are letting Jeremy, yeah, it was only Jeremy. You're letting Jeremy get you so outraged and ruin your fan experience yourself because you're watching his bullshit fucking videos. That's on you. That's not on Jeremy. That's not on anybody else. And then you go out there and you make a bunch of fucking rage click videos calling him out. And then you wonder why you're getting the negative attention from all those people that you are. And eventually what happened was all of them people said, fuck this guy. He's just asking for attention. That's all he wants. He just wants to fight. He just wants to argue and bicker because he thinks, well, not me, but he thinks that I'm ruining his experience and his fan experience when it's not. It's you ruining it by watching it. Tune out. And I know, like people will be like, oh, but it shows up on my algorithm. It shows up on suggested. It comes on my screen on Twitter or Facebook or whatever you want. Look, no, it does. But what you do is when it comes up and you see it, you go, keep scrolling. But what's everybody do there? They click it. Because truly, if somebody is out there ruining your experience, that's on you. You need to stop watching it. And people are like, well, I don't watch that shit. But you feed the algorithm. That's the thing. It's like people are like, you feed the algorithm. If those things are coming into your home feed or your news feed, it's because you've engaged with something that is telling the computer that it should put that in front of your face. That like it's you. Like it's like that. It's like that old saying. Like that old saying about the wolf. You know, there's two wolves inside of you, and there's one that's filled, with like the anger and the rage or whatever, and one filled with love, and like the one that's going to be stronger. You know the saying, right? It's the one that you feed. That's what it is. But like you're feeding the algorithm, like that. Like that's what I say. Like I see so many people bitching about that here on YouTube. Like, oh, they're ruining my experience. This stuff showing up. I'm like, you've engaged with it in some way that the computer thinks that that's what you want. Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, Drunk 3PO, Ryan Kennel, Mad Max, any of these people, none of these people put a gun to anybody's head and say, watch my video. None of these people come out and put a gun to your head and say, hey, look at my tweet. None of them do that. And if they do, well, you probably need to call the authorities. But none of them do that. All these people out there, so-and-so's ruining my, these people are so toxic. Oh, well. Like, people are allowed to have their opinions, even if you don't agree with them, even if you don't like them. People are allowed to be shitheads. People are allowed to be assholes. I mean, it's just humans, But the simple fact is, if somebody's ruining your enjoyment of something, you gotta stop watching it. It's not good. It's obviously ruining your experience. And I can guarantee you, if somebody else's opinion is ruining your fandom or whatever like that, I can absolutely 100% guarantee you that it's not good for your health, and it is affecting your health. Guaranteed. And if you think I'm lying, that's to say that stress doesn't affect your health. That's to say that anything else, these bad things, don't affect your health. When there's actual scientific evidence out there that it does. But people can't do it. People can't sit there and see some of these videos that these guys are doing and scroll past it. See these tweets of somebody being a shithead and scroll past it. Why? Why? It's not just because the computer puts it there in front of your face. It does because that's what you're telling it to do. Why? Because that's what you want. You want the drama. You want somebody to reinforce why you don't like them, their opinions, and reinforce why you love whatever it is you love so much that they don't like. They're reinforcing that for you. They're also doing other things. Well, you're doing it. That's not good for your health, doing all that. It's not even like deep psychology. It's very basic surface level stuff. And yet people want to pass the buck on somebody else and act like it's somebody else's fault, and it's not. It's not. And I know you can even watch like, what is that documentary everybody was talking about for a while? The one on Netflix about the social media thing. What is it like yeah? Oh, these computers, these companies, Google, their algorithms and all that stuff. And yeah. While they were looking at it, like they were the ones doing it, it's their fucking fault. But the thing is that's the beast you feed. That's the animal you feed. It's the things you engage with. That's what you're after. People love that drama. That's why you go and watch any of these YouTube gurus and they tell you how to grow your channel. What are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you all this stuff. Work on your titles, work on your thumbnails, work on your tags, work on the intro of your videos. Load your videos up with those tag words at the very beginning. Those I can't remember what words it was. Front load your video with those words because the computer hears it. What is all this meant to do? The thumbnail is meant to be provocative, to get you to click on it. Whether that's for something positive, cat videos, whether it's for something negative, the hate videos. The thumbnail, every single guru will tell you, maybe not exactly, but it's supposed to be provocative. It's supposed to provoke you to click the thumbnail. What goes along with that? The title. The title. It's got to be provoking to get you to watch it. That's not saying it's provoking you to trigger you in a negative way. It could be in a positive way. But that's what it's designed to do. That's literally what every single YouTube guru is going to tell you to do. Not in those exact words, but that's what it all leads to. Is being provocative to get people to click your video. For good or bad. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Who's your dream team for the MCU Thunderbolts when they announce it? I don't really do all that, like the fan casting and kind of the dream team. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, like, right here. This is the team I want to see. I want to see Baron Zemo. I want to see the Fixer. I want to see Moonstone. I want to see Atlas. I want to see Mach 1. Definitely. That's oh man, why all of a sudden did I forget her name? But I definitely want to see what's her name? Jolt as well. So, Screaming Mimi, which was what was her other name? Her main name that she goes by. Is it Melissa? It's Melissa Gold, right? Fuck. It's not Mockingbird. It's Songbird. Songbird. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want. That's the Thunderbolts I want. Simple. Coming out with less. Probably, but they know people still watch even when they try to make more. Try to make more. That's how. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hell to lore. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I know you're a big comic guy, but you're younger. Were you ever a big fan of the James Bond movie series? And what do you think about who the next James Bond is going to be after Daniel Craig just finished? You know what? I don't mind Bond. I like Bond. I watched a lot of the Bond movies growing up as well. But I don't really like. It's a character like just get somebody good and British to be the role. Like that's what it is. And like I don't know. Am I gonna be pissed if it's Idris Elba and they race swap him? I like Idris Elba. I think he's a good actor. Am I gonna be surprised? No. Will I go see it? Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Changes I normally hate major changes to a character, but I loved the Iron Man 3 change to Mandarin. Great twist. Hated the Shang-Chi Mandarin though, and the changes to the rings. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Most people don't like the most people don't like the change that they did with Iron Man 3 is one of my Iron Man 3 is probably my favorite Iron Man of the Iron Man movies. It doesn't ruin my enjoyment. I'm just asking why it is that people complain about gatekeeping. So, oh yeah, no, I understand. I understand that. I understand. Yeah, still going. Oh, you fell asleep. I thought you were awake tonight, Mike Porter. Yeah. A lot of them are a bunch of repetitive parrots anyway. Just on and on and on. F that, got better things to do with my time. F those drama channels. Yeah, absolutely. I think Brian McCann. I think Mike Porter accidentally timed you out. I think it was an accident. It was an accident. Oh, yeah. It was. I think he accidentally timed you out. All good though. I guarantee it was an accident. He don't hate you. He don't hate you. We're gonna watch the. Oh, okay. Boys season 3. Yeah, I still haven't watched it. I just didn't float my boat. When it comes to comic book accurate characters and movies, I'm fine with stuff like Ben Affleck's Batman, Chris Evans, Captain America, Netflix, Daredevil. I'm happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. You think Robert Pattinson's Batman is accurate to Batman Year One and Batman I can't speak to the accuracy of it because I haven't read Batman Year One or even really watched Batman the Animated Series. I know somebody's gonna be upset about that, but no, I haven't really I can't really speak to the accuracy of that at all. I thought the movie itself was okay, a little too long. The Boys is great stuff. That first episode of season 3, I was like, please don't go there. That was so funny. Yeah, like I said, The Boys. It was just one. When season 1 came out. I was like, oh, everyone's excited. I'm like, hey, I'll go watch The Boys. And I went and I watched. I think I got through maybe the first 3 episodes, and I'm like, it just didn't really do it for me. I guess maybe kind of the humor, and that's the thing is some of the I like violent shit too, but it's some of it was just kind of violence. It just seemed like violence for violence sake, and I get at times that can be okay, but I was just watching, and I just wasn't really feeling it at all after 3 episodes. And I was sitting there falling asleep watching the show, and it's it's just not my thing. I can't say that for me, I can say I just didn't like it. It's not that it didn't even suck. I just watched them for whatever reason, I just didn't like it. Was Natasha's sister in the original Thunderbolts team in the comics Trinity, or did she come later in the runs of the Thunderbolt comics? Was Natasha's sister in the original? Sister, are you talking about Yelena Belova? As far as I know, and I could be wrong here, maybe Brian McCann will know better, but as far as I know, she don't have a sister. As far as I know, she didn't know anything about her past. Her mother, her father. I could be wrong there, though. I haven't finished my Black Widow omnibus. But no. Well, not in the original. In the original lineup was just what I showed you. Even Jolt, she wasn't even the original lineup. She joined a couple issues later, like when they found her and everything. But even she wasn't like an original member. It was just the ones you see there. Yeah. Is it true? So you tell me to work on titles, clickbait, tags, thumbnails, and get people emotions, and to rant about others and what they are doing. Okay, showing. Showing through example. Excellent. Yes. You gotta chase that clout. That's what I hate when people complain that they're race swapping the character. It's a fictional character. They do. Do they describe Bond in the books as a white guy? Is my question. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I don't know. Now, like I understand the race swapping for the most part when it comes to characters that are already out there that we know. Like it just doesn't even it doesn't make sense. Now, that's not to say that it can't work or that it's not good. But for the most part, I mean, it's usually unnecessary. But again, that's not to say that it can't be good. Yeah. Landon TLB, thank you so much for being here. What the fuck? Brian just deleted all his messages. No. I think Mike Porter accidentally did it. It was an accident. Probably woke up and was on his phone and was like, probably like, hey, get ready to leave a chat, and accidentally did that. Oh man. Damn that wrench, I know. Oh man. My reply to Brian McCann, the boys comment, some cocoa. Oh yeah. No, you're all good. Did you start your own channel because you were sick and tired of the complaining and criticizing? You wanted to actually get your opinions out, and like in terms of comics? No, I actually started my channel to I actually started it for presenting theories on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then it went into debunking theories, and then it went into more comic books and movies. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good. Oh man, depends on how long I think they're usually like 5 minutes. I think it's usually like 5 minutes. Oh man. But anyway, guys, I gotta bring the stream to an end. I can't believe we've been going this long. Y'all kept me going this long. I didn't even mean to. 2 hours and 41 minutes, you sons of bitches. Man. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here, listening to me flap my gums and go on. Oh, Aaron from Strange Marvel Theories, this 12-month member chat says, good morning. It is morning where you're at. It is. For me, it's nighttime. Yeah, it's nighttime. But thank you all. But you and Mike bullied him away. What are you talking? Bullied who away? I miss the guy who would ask to see the designs of your T-shirts and hats. we got rid of him. Yeah. Pronounced Kako. Oh, okay. Oh man, that's funny. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. I do greatly appreciate you guys coming here and listening to me flap my gums and go all crazy about people being crazy, and even hearing some of my bad opinions, some of my bad takes. It's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I would kind of wish there'd be more people around that would disagree with me. But thank you all so much for reasonably. We'll all see how Aglax gets me sometimes. Anyway, you all have a good day. Have a great rest of you tonight. And we'll see you all in the next video or live stream. Later.